Check, check. Just doing a mic check. Yeah, looks like my levels are good. Just popping up, man. I'm working on some stuff in the background. I said, let me pop up and see what people are doing. And as you come in, if you want to chat, you can. If not, no worries. I am working on some stuff. Appreciate you, Vibrant. Appreciate you. Always showing up and showing out. I really appreciate you. Yeah, I'm working on some stuff while I'm up here in the studio. I'm just like, let me just go live in case people need a place they want to drop in and chat about whatever. But good vibes though. You know what I mean? Good vibes. And it's a lot of places you can go, a lot of topics going on, and I'm kind of burnt out with all the dysfunction and disagreeing and all that arguing and fighting. I'm a little burnt out, so I've been trying to focus on I feel you. Yeah. They're coming along for sure. Let's see here. But yeah, man, it just seems like so many people are just at odds and stuff like that. And I'm currently at odds with no one. And I like it. I enjoy the fact that I'm at odds with no one. Well, let me not say no one. I'm at odds with we'll call it a corporation. I am at odds with a corporation, but they directly affect my life. So yeah, you know what? Yeah. It's always me versus me, right? You always fussing with yourself. It's always me versus me. So you do have a point there, and that's why it's always good to have people to kind of reel you back in and remind you, like, yeah, it ain't that sweet, bruh. Stop acting like it's that sweet. Appreciate you. Vibrant, are you ever gonna create content? I'm sure you're a veteran as far as knowing how to do things and knowing what to do and what not to do, what lane you want to be in. I'm 100% sure by the places that I see you at that if you wanted to spark up a live or do a video, it could be a faceless video, it could be an AI video, but I'm sure that there's a lane for you. Stop it. With the channels that you sub to and the channels that you mod in, I'm sure there's a lane for you. What's good, Fiona? Always good to see you. I'm okay. I just had some time while I'm up here in the studio, and I'm working on a couple of things, and I said, let me go live, and if people want to come in and chat, they could chat. But now, see, you know what happened? What usually happens is I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go live, I'm gonna start working on stuff, then I get to run in my damn mouth. I honestly enjoy the conversations more than I enjoy actually like creating content. I enjoy the conversations with y'all way more. It's way more interesting. The instant back and forth feedback, way more interesting. So, but one of the things I had said to myself is that I'm gonna when I have opportunities to go live, I'm just gonna go live, and whatever it is, instead of falling back in So yeah, man. Fiona's life a, a name couldn't be more appropriate. You know what I'm saying? When you the word life in your name, you are living life. I mean, damn. And inspire me to, you know, smell the roses, notice all the different things on my walks. Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely exercising. I'm exercising 6 days a week. Sunday's my day off, which is tomorrow. But I actually didn't work out today. I just felt like my body needed a break. I've been going hard for 6 weeks, and when I say going hard, I started off slow, and I've been ramping up the weight training and the running. And today, I spent the day like cleaning and stuff like that. I still built up a sweat, but I didn't go to the gym today. But yeah, I'm 6 days a week, Fiona, for real, for real, for real. I'm 6 days a week. Oh yeah, yeah. If you in NYC, for sure, for sure. I don't like New York. I don't like New York. Let me say that. But yeah, uh, definitely, definitely. And I'll even go vegan for that particular day. I'll put away my brisket and my pork belly and my ground beef and you know it, my tuna, my sardines, my I'll put away all the carnivore stuff, and I'll have a nice vegan meal. And my daughter's vegan, so I know there's some delicious meals when I go eat with her and her husband. Yeah, or if they give me send like a dessert or something like that. Yeah, it's definitely good. So, but I definitely will do some vegan, something vegan, because I don't want to have you smelling animal carcasses. So I don't have a bike, so now you're gonna make me get a bike. Yeah, I mean, if you find so, well, I'd say that if I don't have a bike, we could definitely do the vegan meal. But if by that time I have a bike, yeah. But it'll be up to you to find the like the bike trails and all that stuff like that, the places to ride. I know I got some New York subscribers here, so they can probably tell us where the best places to ride is. Um, but not on the street like New York, like the people they ride the bikes within traffic, and they in and out of traffic, and it's like a nice dangerous dance that they doing out there in New York with the bike riders and the vehicles. So you cycle on the street. Okay. All right, all right, all right, all right. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be cycling on the streets of New York. I know it seems like in the times that I'm there, I don't see like a lot of accidents with the cyclists. But yeah, I don't know if I haven't ridden a bike in a while. I don't know um, if I'll feel like comfortable. Yeah, but not necessarily because I wouldn't want to do like off roading. I would want to do something safe, like come on. I'm not a I haven't ridden a bike, ridden, road, whatever. I haven't done that. It's been, I mean, on a longer than 5-10 minutes. Uh, I haven't done that on a bike in years, so it wouldn't be no off road. I don't trust my bike riding skills enough off road to do that. Yeah, laugh if you want, but yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Yeah, no, I'm 45 minutes from New York. Um, I mean, Connecticut is right there next to New York, but Bridgeport is probably like, you know, after you get into like Greenwich, which is, I believe, that's the first think that's the first town over from NYC, and then Greenwich, Stanford, Norwalk, Westport, Fairfield, Bridgeport. Yeah, about 45. About 45. What's good, Seven? What's good? I appreciate you for stopping in. I know that you're doing your thing out there in the UK, and it might be a little early. Let's see, what is it? It's 9. What's the time difference? 5 hours, Divine? It's 5 hours. This might be 2. So you might just be getting to the point where 2:11, so it's 5 hours difference. So you might just be thinking about turning it in for the night, but as you walk to the door, your friends be like, "Nah, this night ain't over yet," and you turn back around. So I don't think you're going home quite yet. What say you? What say you? What's good, Black Anonymous? Appreciate you for stopping in. Yes. Good to see you too. Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you. I haven't seen you in a minute. I seen you, I want to say it probably was like last calls. I was over there. I haven't been over to KKC's or Lennon's in a minute, so that's normally where I see you at, either last call or the partners, but they haven't you know what? Well, I'm gonna email the homies, because I know I was asking about them, but what better way than to reach out to them and see how they doing. Just reminded me, Black Anonymous. Let me see. There we go. That's good. Where's this? Let's see that. All right. Okay. Why is it all right. It's not letting me send it. It's making me do it as a draft. Okay. It's not letting me get to the bottom of the page. No, I guess I mean, it's in my drafts now. I will go back and what's good, Rick? Appreciate you for stopping in, man. Are you home for the night? Okay. So you talking about just stopping through? Then you here. I ain't got nothing for you though. Anyway, I'm just popping up, giving some good vibes, and while I'm working on some stuff, and hopefully you doing all right. I know you're doing all right because you're talking. Hold on, my son is calling me. All right, I'm back. Had to take care of my little man. Sure. Hopefully, Corey's still in here. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you. Chris Briggs, what's good, Joe? How you doing? Good to see you, Joe. Joe, giving people a deadline. I seen it. Josephine, let me say Josephine, and then there's Thrive and Glow with Joe. 2 Joes. Appreciate y'all for stopping in. Again, my plan was to do some work while I was up here, but I always get caught up in the chat because I much rather talk to y'all than work on shit. I start working on some of the stuff that I got going on while I'm live, and then I get to talking to y'all, and it's a wrap. It is a wrap. Like I said, I appreciate you talking to y'all more than anybody. Last call, what's good, Playboy? Hey, you made me do it. Let me put the link in the chat. We are I'm just vibing, man. I'm just chilling. I ain't really got nothing going on per se. Like I said, I'm gonna come up and chat some positive vibes. I want to share a positive story, or got a good joke. I don't know, something. Shit, I gotta go to my thing here though. I gotta go to my channel because I can't. All right, there it is. Yeah, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. I'm gonna post the link, and then it will be pinned. And if anybody wants to come up and chop gang with me, you can. I'm chilling though. Chilling. YouTube Unfolded. Appreciate you. Always appreciate you. Are you ever gonna do anything else on the other channel? I think you kind of, I don't know, did it run its course for you, or did you just with the drama, did it just wear you out? You know? What's good with that? You have a really good following, you have a really good audience, you built up people that really was tuning in to get your opinion on things. So yeah, I would love to pick your brain on that. Like, what happened with that? Was it just burnout? I understand that. You can definitely get burned out from something. That's why I really can't niche down my page. I can't. I like too many things. I'm interested in too many things to have the page be about one particular thing. It's just too much stuff to talk about. And they say to like add another channel or whatever, if for everything you're doing. But I can't. I don't think I can do that. What's good, TMK? Dr. Bombay. Appreciate you, bro. I'm good. Hey, man, I ain't seen you in a minute. Bro. I mean, I seen you in the chat a couple of days ago, but I mean, content-wise, what's going on, man? Writer's block. What you got? Writer's block. You got creator's block. What's going on, Playboy? Clark. What's good, love? Appreciate you. Yeah, me and Fiona was talking about New York, hanging out in New York, and trying to figure out some good places to ride bikes. Now she's saying she rides bikes on the street. I Me being when I go in New York, I can't see myself riding no bike on the street. So the question is paths, good safe paths for a brother who is slightly up there in age, who hasn't rode a bike, ridden a bike, whatever, since it's been about 10, 15 years since I like rode a bike and longer than 10, 15 minutes. Where would you suggest somebody like me? Listen, I know they have bike lanes, but for somebody like me that's not confident, I'm afraid. Let me just say that. I'm afraid to ride a bike on New York streets. I see how y'all get down. Like when I'm driving in New York, I get more aggressive than I am in Connecticut because there's more space, it's less traffic, the drivers are less aggressive. But you know, I see how the people got to drive in New York, how to ride their bikes in New York, and I'm like, I think to myself, I could never do that. So the homie, man, listen, I'm saying, Fiona was asking me if I'm working out. I'm in the gym 6 days a week. Sunday is my day off. I actually did take a day off today. You know, sometimes you gotta just listen to your body. I've been going hard for like the last 6 weeks, 6 days a week, with Sunday being my off day. Mondays, chest, triceps. Tuesday is lower body completely. Wednesday, back biceps. Thursday, chest, triceps, shoulders. Friday, lower body. Saturday, back, biceps, shoulders. So, and then Sunday, rest. That's what I'm on right now. I've been doing it for about 6 weeks. I don't know what you on right now, SBK. I just see that, you know what I'm saying? You just show up with the traps and the arms and, and I'm like, yeah, let me stay in the gym. Got to get out to Texas one day and get a session in. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, no, I'm good. This is a lifestyle for me. I'm in the groove right now, and the 53-year-old me is working out for the 63-year-old me, and so on and so forth. So that's the way I look at it. Always good to ride in bike groups. Okay, well, I just, like I said, when I'm in New York and I see how traffic moves, bikes and cars, I'm like, Mhm. Okay, cool. You dropping an upload or you going live? Okay, Bombay. You going live or you dropping a song? And I should say that you do drop uploads. It's just I personally like when you get on the mic and you talk your shit. When you know what I mean? When you get in your bag, every now and then the unks got to do that. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then the unks got to get up there and talk their shit. Okay, that's what's up. What's good, Skunk? Appreciate you for stopping in. Appreciate you. I'm guessing you're at work because you was at work last night around this time, a little bit later. So I'm guessing you're at work. Hope all is well with you. See, it always gone. I'm so yeah. What you mean though? Like, I don't know what you mean. It always going, waiting on a new hookup for your new machine. New machine. What's your new machine? Talk to me, brother. Bombay, I don't know if you remember this, but this was a couple of years ago. Me and you was in contact, and I was like, "Hey, man, I'm trying to get my sound right." And he was like, "Send me a picture of what you got." I sent you a picture of now. Since then, I've added some things, and I've learned a couple of things. It's got to be like 3-4 years ago, where yeah, because I was listening to your sound. I'm like, man, I want my sound to be like that. That's like if to me, because I was just doing audio podcasting, I'm all I had was the sound. So I would turn up everything into the headphones and listen to it. And it wasn't it was I mean it was crisp. You know what I'm saying? Everything was crisp. There was no I couldn't tell if you had a AC blowing in the background, if anybody was talking in the background. Only thing I could hear was you. And I was like that's what I wanted. That's the sound I was looking to get. Um, but chilling. Okay, got a Bedell. Okay, and then Bedell in the bowl. You know what? Maybe I have because I pretty much slowed down my drinking almost to nothing. Um, you know, maybe I have a drink on you tonight. Maybe Elevated. Appreciate you for stopping in, bro. Now, Elevated, he started doing something cool, which was for the smaller content creators. Now, and keep in mind, this is after, I believe this is after he got monetized, where he didn't have to do this. Once you get monetized, it could be like, hey, because in my mind, like once I get monetized, I feel like the work begins then. And he decided like to like spotlight smaller channels and put your page up on and have people sub to it, or at least have them take a look at what you got going on, spotlight. So I appreciate you did spotlight. I would have shouted you out once you popped in, whether you featured my channel or not, but you did feature my channel. So they want to acknowledge that, man. And you always been a good brother to me. Oh, hold on. I got my man in the background. Hold on. What you laughing at, brother?
Wait, in the cut, waiting for your whole to be seen, man. Over here.
Back there, you back there like what? Did you jump? Were you jumping up, waving your hand? Like me. I'm here.
What's up, man? Look at you going live. Good to see.
Sure. I got you, Bombay. I got you. We'll link up. Do some grown man shit. I'll fuck with you. All right. Skunk saying what's up. Hey, what's going on, man? What you got going on tonight, man?
Chilling. Glad were you on for a while? Looks like you were on for longer than I even got a notice for.
It says 37 minutes, but I usually the first 5 minutes my thing is the first 5 minutes I go live. Like if I schedule for 9, I try to go live at 8:55 and just kind of try to get my notes and get everything going on, but also let people come in, because especially the pop-ups.
Try to set the mood.
Set the mood, let people come in. And tonight was more like I said, I was going to work on some stuff. And while I'm working on some stuff, I did say I was going to go live. And I talked to you last night. So I was like, go live, work on some stuff. And if people want to come in and chat, and that's all the better to have people come in and chat. And like most of the time, once I go live and people start dropping comments in the chat, which I greatly appreciate, I'm not working on nothing. I'm talking to people.
Yeah. These days, especially when you think you got a task to do and you got social media in front of you, especially if you're checking out the live or something, what it is, it's easy to get distracted, I find, these days.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Very cool.
Yeah, man. So how you doing today, man? You hit the gym today?
What? I did, actually. And I waited, wasn't that motivated, talking to a few people, some family stuff going on right now, somebody just getting a little older and a little, going through that phase of independence, I guess you should say, losing some of it. So there's people moving around and all that kind of stuff. Some conversations today, then decided, I got to do the gym. So did it. Good session overall. Glad I did it. And, just spent the time doing a couple things around the house, man. So,
What was the gym like today? One of those much needed things where you just kind of needed to blow off some steam, and like you mentioned some stuff without going into details, but like did the gym help you kind of like deal with that kind of stuff mentally?
Right. Well, it's kind of like a reset for me, shake off anything from the week kind of deal. And because I worked out to exhaustion or whatever, then prepare to face the oncoming week. So it's kind of what it does. I try to get into my head. It allows me to finish because I don't like it. I was just telling my cousin today, it's not like I love running. I'm not one of those guys that could just go out there and then run blocks and blocks and all that shit. Like, I got to set it up and I got to motivate myself, when knees hurts, bones hurts, all that sort of shit. So it does take a lot of, it would be easier just to say no and not do it, but
Yeah, man. I mean, it's like some of my best workouts come from, when I got some things going on and I just need to blow some steam off. Hold up. Propane and hold up. Where my wolf howl at? Let me find my wolf howl. Propane in the house. I gotta give him the howl because I don't see him much in my chat. So I want to acknowledge Propane in the house.
I think you went on a lot more frequently back in the day. I remember.
Who's that? Pro?
Yeah.
You got to catch Pro at Pro is kind of like spot him. It's like 11:13 p.m. It ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Pro is just like, hey, I'm going live. Right. I don't give a shit what y'all doing. I'm going live. Oh, okay. If you come in, you come in. If you don't, you don't. I ain't telling you I'm going live. And I'm gonna come in and it's usually a good vibe. A mixture of music, some shit talking, a lot of laughter.
That's where you guys got me back into the so-called sector.
A lot of laughter.
Moving around. Remember that? And then Propane was like, "We know you, man." I was like, "You don't really know me because I'm not here." He's like, "We know you, man." And then stuck around, man.
Yeah. And so let me just because Joe in the she would not be ignored. And we talk about working out. She talking about she ran to the kitchen today.
She better.
She did some chicken wing bicep curls. and some French fry dips.
I believe it.
Oh shit. Fucking Joe.
Mickey D's gym. Yeah. That is funny. Yeah, it's tough. Everybody I'm talking to, around my age too, they're all like, I changed my routine like once. I know I'm not one of these morning workout guys. I don't know if you could do that. I know you do different hours and stuff, but I can't just wake up. I can't do before work sort of shit. So I kind of admire those dudes that could go out there and fucking work out like for real, even if it's like on the bike or whatever it is, just bust a sweat and then you get ready for work. I'm like, that is a special kind of discipline.
No, I could do that depending on the day. And a lot of what goes on for me is just my schedule. Like if I like during the summer now, like I pick up my son from camp at like 3:00, but I get off at 8 a.m. So you know what I'm saying? It's like
right. It's a little different for you.
Yeah, if I go to sleep and I don't get proper sleep, then I will when I pick him up, I have him for like 4 from like 3 to 6 or 7, take me a 2-hour nap, get up at 9, then I will go to the gym right before work. But it depends on the day. Some days I'm like, you know what, as soon as I get off work, I'm gonna knock the workout out. I don't have a set schedule per se. I just know going into that day where my opportunities are, and then I'll take advantage of them. But yeah, I don't have a set schedule.
Okay, I got you. Joe saying she don't eat at McDonald's. Sure.
Buc-ee's.
You don't eat that McRib. You know that.
She had that Buc-ee's. Well, they seem to grill a lot over there on her street. So
yeah.
They pop grill over there, man.
A lot of meat going around. A lot of meat, a lot of grilling.
There you go. A lot of meat. You gotta be over at last calls to pick up some of this stuff. But yeah, man. Yeah, I'm in the groove right now working out though, man. Like I was saying, I'm working out six days a week, and I've been in
Right.
such a groove at work. Like, um, my chief was like, "Hey, man, you hitting the gym or what, man?" Everybody they grabbing on my
Okay.
arms and all that shit. So yeah, I know it's paying off. I told him wait to, because I'm still in the 260s. I'm in the low 260s, and
Okay.
I think probably like for me, if I'm being honest, like I could be 250 and be in, like if for somebody looking at me, I could be in good shape. But for me, like 230 is my sweet spot. 225,
Okay.
230.
Okay.
Yeah, I get there, man. Yeah, I'm live streaming with no shirt on when I get to about 230.
Oh boy, he's gonna get to his head, man. He's got to back it off a little, maybe the 240 in the safe zone in there.
All right, shit. No, I'm live streaming shirtless. I'm trying to tell you.
That the sector ladies will love it, I'm sure.
Oh, I don't know about that, but I'm just saying, who for whoever. So you get up. Skunk said you get up 4 a.m., train, start work at 5:30, finish up at 4. So you working, right? Train home. So what are you working out or what you doing, bro?
Before ride the train, start work at 5:30. If you're starting work, there's no pre.
So you got a hour and a half. Wait. Train. So how long is your train ride? How long is your train ride? Because
the train, then go to work and start.
yeah,
You're not doing too much on a 4 a.m. wake up.
Yeah, I mean it's a 12 hour.
You're waking up and walking right to the train.
Yeah, it's a 12-hour window. Oh, speak of the devil and she shall appear.
What's up?
What's going on,
Well.
What's going on, Joe?
Listen, when I drop my weight, I'm gonna be live streaming with no shoes on. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Oh wait, I already do that, so never mind.
Y'all keep your clothes on, please.
I believe you just gotta show your arms to point. I'm gonna have the biceps pointing to giving directions, and I'm gonna do all of that, man.
Man, look, I ain't doing nothing, and I'm slimming up. Like I just did diet. That's it. I was just like, you know what I'm saying? I walk from here to there, and that's all I got to say. I did a couple of sit-ups. I got out of bed a few times, you know.
You working out? I think you bullshitting.
It takes a long walk to the kitchen. Long walk to that refrigerator.
Nah, the kitchen is short, you know what I'm saying? That's a short walk. You know what? I could skip, you know what I'm saying?
She stays in the office chair with wheels, so she just like wheels herself out there on that office chair, on that ergomatic.
Yeah, look, I got an office chair that like rolls around the floor, and I be scrubbing like my towel floor, rolling around the floor, scrubbing the towel because if I stand up, you know what I'm saying? Because the room is too long, so I got to like get into the grooves of the towel, you know.
Oh, into
so
the grooves.
But if you working out of a chair, like that's a tough job. Anybody that has to sit in a chair for extended hours, that's a tough job on like your back and all of that. So like,
yeah. That's why my desk goes up and down.
You stand.
Yeah, I have a
you don't stand. You don't. I'm putting money. You don't stand on it right now. When's the last time you used to stand?
Man, let me tell you.
When's the last time? How many weeks?
Listen, I don't know how long it's been, but let me just say this. Yeah, I got it sitting up high enough, like where, like I type and I got it sitting up high enough where I'm just looking straight ahead. I don't look down. I could type without looking, so I just look straight ahead. Like I have it high enough. Like it's like my knee, like I can stretch my leg, but I have pedals under my desk. Those pedals.
Like get a little workout in.
Yeah, I got those pedals under my desk.
She don't use it either.
Yeah.
That's what I do. It's under my desk.
Don't use it. It's behind a plant.
Man, shut up. It's not behind a plant.
She takes her socks off. You just leave her socks on that little pedal.
Yeah, you pedal with your socks on. Like
It's
it's not
garbage.
like
You got
it's like
garbage,
a
recycling
it's
bin,
big. Shut up.
that thing.
It's big like a like the elliptical one, not the little pedal. It's a elliptical pedal.
What's
So
good,
it's
man?
like
Appreciate you for stopping in, Playboy.
so you can
Man.
actually stand up on it, but if you wanted to.
hmm
But I just be because I get antsy when I'm working, so I always gotta like, you know.
What you getting antsy for? Is it the stuff that you got to see and stuff you got to like
Yeah, the stuff I gotta do. Yeah, stuff that I gotta do.
I got I
You
like
know,
they your company. So do you like send out those phishing emails to the employees to see if they biting on them and stuff like that? Are you
oh
part?
no, I don't do that. See, I work for the FBI.
Oh,
So I'm just kidding. So I I keep up with like let's say like I'm like a record, like we keep up with records. Let's just say that.
got it.
We went digital, like what I'm saying. But no, I don't do that anymore. I
Mhm.
moved around. So
Okay.
yeah, it's government, but it's like yeah. You
Oh,
know.
look at that.
That's why I say, I work for the CIA or the
Yeah.
FBI or something like that.
Oh, we got another guest. Hold on.
Counselor? Counselor? Could you be there?
Ah,
What's good, Stephanie?
Oh, what to do? What to do? We meet again.
what up? Again, yeah.
Yeah, this is I guess this is
Part
last
two.
extended, right?
Yeah.
After hours. This is like Super Friends.
Listen,
Oh,
don't talk about like sing a song, entertain yourselves. Don't talk about nothing important. I'll be right back. Just give me like 3 minutes. Y'all could do whatever y'all want, but whatever you came up here to talk about, Stephanie, don't do that yet. And all that other good stuff. Y'all just I don't know, entertain each other, but don't go on with the conversation we was having because I don't want to miss it.
This is
Do it,
my
Steph.
show now.
Come
This is
on.
my show. So let me tap dance. No, I'm just
Talk
kidding.
about it, Stephanie. Talk about it.
Let me sing while I'm up here. Let me sing.
No singing, please. Oh my God. We want people to stay.
Let me clear my throat.
Come on, Steph. What do you got to say?
Well, I'm gonna wait. Per the request made by the channel holder and show host. I'm gonna let that lay until he gets back. But I did. I know. I don't know how many people watch Shatim over in the B sector, but there was he was reviewing a show that was talking about strip clubs in yes, thank you, in Atlanta. And so I hit the link and did my little rendition of "Whistle While You Twerk," because there was mention of the Blue Flame, mention of Magic City, so I had to do some the verse that from "Whistle While You Twerk." I mentioned both of those, so that was a delight for the crowd. They loved it. It was a hit. It was a hit. My version of "Whistle While You Twerk." It was a hit.
All right. Famous over there. All right,
Look, LC, you didn't even get my email that I sent you. That's hilarious. What a coincidence. I'm gonna bring
Wait.
it up though.
You saying that you sent me?
Yeah, but it's a
When?
coincidence though.
What's this email?
Earlier today. It was
Today?
a coincidence though.
I'm
Yeah.
checking my email today.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
know you ain't checking no email. So
like all day.
shoot, you know what I'm saying? No, but it's a coincidence. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. I didn't know my sibling knew that guy, but he does.
All right. Let me see. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. All right.
Yeah. He know that guy. Actually, it was a acquaintance. He blocked him. So, they knew each other, but before he became a conservative, they were going back and forth. And so he got pissed. My brother got pissed off at him and blocked him.
Gotcha.
Yeah. What a.
You never know. All under
Yeah,
your
it's
nose.
a small
man.
world. You know what I'm saying? Small world.
Tay-Bay.
I'm trying to get my brother to like screenshot some of the earlier messages back in the day before he blocked them.
Oh, that's interesting. Isn't it like
Yeah. Yeah.
that? What else was you're around for the whole show? What else was a brother of a certain age talking about earlier?
He was playing music.
He was doing some music. Oh, so that was it. I was there on time, I think.
Yeah, he was here on time.
Oh, okay.
But
I
this
thought
is our show now. This ain't a brother of a certain age show. This is ours.
He's getting demoted. Let's keep him demoted to soundboard over there. This is such a
Yeah,
nice,
but I was eating some chicken wings today, and it was delicious.
had some food, but I don't think I could stay long. I might have to
Gotta
hear
get
you guys
something
in
to
the
eat.
class. Yeah, I got to do a couple things that I was doing. 'Cause I started a little late today, because I went to bed later from the show and all that stuff. So I just took the time to be like, all right, I could sleep in a little bit. So I started a little later than I would, but still got everything or most things done that I needed to get done today. And I'm just like, but it's a lot of stuff at home. I must have the dryer going, washer going, the dishwasher going, this going, food over there. Like,
You know what would be really
It's okay. You were cleaning your house to the oldies. It's okay.
I was, man. It was that kind of day. And I couldn't do it today, but I finally got gloves so I could go out and take out some of the weeds from the walk out there. Grew a little bit. So I thought I was going to do that today, but time kind of ran out a little bit. But that's something for me to do tomorrow. One of those kind of days, outside day.
Well, I got some weeds, over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I pulled some in the middle of the week.
You got some weeds. Joe got some weed. That is hilarious.
I said weeds.
Thanks, Clark. Thanks for hanging out over there, man. We had a good. I thought last night was a real good show, man. I had a lot of fun.
You always have a lot of fun, sir.
You always have fun on the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
And then it's really weird because every time we start the show, I be tired. It's like real tired. I don't know why, but
Well, there you go.
it's
What
because it's
are
the end of the
these?
week.
What in the AI are these profile photos? That's what I say. What in the AI are? There's really kind of two-ish. Who's this? Is that Dolly MP3? Are you in the sector? Are you one of brother of a certain age's homies? One of his connects that he made out there too? Well,
Yes, I'm supposed to be gaming right now.
I saw your post. What's up with that?
Oh, that post that I made. Oh, that I'll pay anybody that can hear me. Fine.
I came back just in time. We ain't.
I'm not gonna mention it. I was just saying. It's gonna be there for it's almost over.
Oh,
It's almost over. Yeah, it's
Don't bring
almost
that
over.
energy if you don't want that energy around.
No, I don't want that energy over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You right.
Good
right
idea.
now. Follow me in the boring sector right now. This is boring sector. This is boring sector.
That,
Sector.
This is the last. Listen, this is the last of the. Listen, there's only a couple of boring sectors now, so we holding on.
Daily MP3 says, "What in the AI are these profile photos, bro?" This actually is what I look like. If you look at the profile,
No, not at all.
I don't look like that.
No, not well. Which one is like
The
the
one that-
thumbnail?
Yeah, the thumbnail.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
he
being
look like the thumbnail to me.
you're being a
I'm
little
probably,
generous, brother. You being
I'm probably,
just
I'm
a
probably a
little
little,
generous.
I'm probably a little darker than that. I'm definitely a little darker, but yeah,
No,
that's
that see, don't be hating. LC,
I'm not hating. He's being real
that's
generous with that.
him. That's him in the light. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
when the
more
light is,
defined. The lighting's good. The better
yeah, lighting's real
structure than
good.
you have. Whole much more.
no. But
In my
look, you got they got the
it
two,
generally looks like you could say.
the two wrinkles in the forehead, and then at the top you see the little indenture in the head right there. Got the
You can't
the
even
lines
see you
right
right
in here.
now. This is
Got
the
the line.
darkest you ever been on your page.
Got the lines in there. You got the indentations in the cheek where very very rugged looking
Can you
older
guys
man.
see him? Can you see the rugged older man? All right.
Rugged older
Listen,
man.
I'm not gonna show mine, but I'll show it to you, brother. I think last call already
Ow.
seen it, but I got no. You already seen it, LC. But mine look like me too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Got little glasses, got glasses and everything.
Yeah, I've seen it too before, and several people that I've seen that some
Yeah.
people may have not seen, and they may feel like they need to see him. But yeah,
Man, that's a good. Listen, trolls are I don't feed the trolls.
I
Don't
hear
be
you.
the troll.
I hear you. All right, so what was what you was coming up for, Steph? Because then I'm gonna mess around with y'all a little bit, have a little, pick your brains and have a little fun.
Okay.
Well, I just want to say, just for clarity, mine is not AI. I actually look this cool. This is a real picture of me. No, I was coming up to say, I really admire your gym routine because, back before COVID, which that's 6 years ago now, which is insane, right? But back before COVID, and I turned 40 during COVID in 2021. So I was still in my 30s when I was doing all this, which is crazy also to think it's been that long. But before COVID, I was in the gym 2 hours a day, 4 days a week. And I kind of had your same kind of different groups, Tuesday was legs, Thursday was a different part of the legs, Monday was arms, Wednesday was chest and shoulders, all that shit, right? And cardio 4 days a week, all that. And then now, switched it out. Red Bull ought to be its own food group as far as my life is concerned. I kind of wonder sometimes if cherry limeade is the same as water, right? I'm lucky if I get a walk in. I still try. Besides the 2 hours a day, I was also doing daily morning power yoga, and so I drink a gallon of water a day. And so but my life just kind of that part fell off the fucking rails. And I don't know what I need to do to get back.
Let's unpack that if y'all don't mind. This is really good for me because I'm interested in mental health, physical health. I'm interested in it. So are you saying you had the time because of the pandemic or because what actually changed as far as your scheduling?
Well, and that's another thing, because of the changes that we all were forced into during the pandemic, my routine also changed, and I never was able, my day got a lot more disorganized, right? It got, home time was part of work time, was part of home time, was part of work time, right? It all got intermeshed. I didn't have anything really delineated anymore. So, I didn't have a dedicated gym time anymore because I didn't have a dedicated any time anymore, right? And I never really got back on that real precise schedule that I had myself on before the pandemic. I never really was able to get that back together. So now, sometimes I sleep at my desk because I'm working. I'm basically constantly working, constantly going because I don't really have my days set up until work time and everything else time. And so I don't have, and I stopped going to the gym because of the pandemic when the gym shut down, right? And I just never went back.
Okay, so what's stopping you from doing some air squats, and some push-ups.
And sometimes like there are some days when I do that, like I do body weight stuff, but it's only like maybe I can make it for 10 minutes now, which is insane considering. Like that's insane. Because I used to press like 100 pounds. I used to be able to do like chin-ups and shit, pull-ups. And like now I can barely do, like 10 minutes of cardio Pilates. I mean, it's. I look at myself and I'm like, I'm also 45 now. I'll be 46 in 6 months. So like, but I don't know how much I can really blame turning 40, right?
No, you can't. You can't. So like, for me, because there may be a time where I'm responding to somebody with severe chest pains on the 3rd floor, and the elevator's not working, or the 4th floor and the elevators. I was like, for me, there's like incentive for me to like be at least somewhat like a lot of it is functional. Like I started off doing just functional things, just a walk, just some stairs, getting my heart rate up, just among, and also with the training, like we do like like academy level training and things like that. So it started off like that, just a walk with a weighted, like a 20-pound weighted vest, walk for 10 minutes, and for a week. The next week you make it 20 minutes, if it matters to you at all, you know what I'm saying? Just start at baby steps. I know, like when cause I'm nowhere near as strong. So just like full transparency, I used to go in the gym. I've done CrossFit, I've done Krav Maga, I've done ground fighting, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So I've done different kind of training and stuff like that. And I was a lot more flexible, a lot stronger. But when I stopped doing it, and I picked up other habits, and whether it be eating or drinking or just sitting around, when I got back into the gym, it seemed impossible to like do some of the things. But just start off with just walking 10 to 20 minutes a day. It's 2 things it does for you. It gets you moving, gets your heart rate elevated, but also, outside, it gets you out in the sun. I know Texas heat is a little different than other heat, but it gets you outside and vitamin D. Are you taking supplements? What about your eating? Because there's a lot of it's eating as well. Like,
terrible.
Yeah, you did mention the energy drinks, which I know, doing what I do and working overnight, it's like coffee, Monster, Ghost, those things, and have become a staple. And I had to try to figure out different ways to do it, because you literally sometimes you don't feel like you have any energy until you get that Red Bull, and it's like you look forward to that Red Bull. So it is baby steps though, Steph. You can take baby steps.
You can leave all them artificial sweeteners alone. Look at you, brother.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
Again, I had a couple of calls where I had to go up a couple of flights of stairs, and the radio transmission is important, and I can't even talk because I'm out of breath.
I hear you. That's rough when you're at work. I totally hear that though, but it's even worse when you're at work.
Yeah, you get upstairs and it's like, all right, I can't even make this call because. All right,
we got a woman.
Yeah. Yeah. And so like, it just like I started doing functional training, things that help me with work first, and then adding to that to kind of round off.
I are laughing about it, but the being on the radio during those calls, because I read those reports. I read the CAD. Well, we call them CAD here, CAD. I read those reports, like you can look at those reports and tell exactly how things played out, because like the radio's on and people are telling dispatch like, okay, I'm here, get people here, do this, do that. That is critical to those calls. And so I completely get like, you got to be able to talk. You got to be able to talk.
Yeah. and the way you come across on the radio determines a lot of things because people are listening to you. You know, people are hearing what you're saying. Other people responding. They're listening to what you got going on. So, you know, part of it is, you know, and I listen, we're human, so you know, there's a human element to it. But the parts that I can control is what I'm talking about. Like I can control, like whether I get up and do a half hour walk or do the Stairmaster to simulate walking up 10 flights of stairs. Like I can do that, and then I could just do that and get out of the gym. I don't even have to I don't have to go for 2 hours. I can go and like walk 10 flights of stairs and then leave the gym and do that every day to simulate. That's not gonna duplicate like the elevated heart rate, and it's like, you know, if you guys know, like as your heart rate goes up, your fine motor skills start to deteriorate and stuff like it's not gonna.
I think it starts to decline your ability to
Yes, it's not gonna it's not gonna duplicate that, but at least you ain't gonna just pass out from exhaustion, as opposed to, you know, you can have a cardiac event regardless. But it's just all for me like, okay, I'm 53 now. Where do I want to be at 63? And what am I doing to contribute to that guy? Because I hope to live that far. So what am I doing now that's going to affect that guy? And if you have something that you can, if you have a goal or a why, as a lot of people say, if you have a why, then, you know, maybe that can help you. And definitely having accountability partners. I'm an advocate for having people to say, hey, Steph, what you doing? Nah, I'm just kind of nah, I'm outside. All right. And you know what? At the end of that walk, you'd be like, you know what? I'm glad you came and got me, because I was just gonna take a quick 20-minute nap and pop a Red Bull when, you know, this is much healthier, heart healthier for me. So just a little nugget for you, Steph.
Yeah, I think that's my problem, is that I'm sitting here thinking, like, if I could just recapture my life prior to 2020, you know, or it's nothing. It's either like go big or do nothing at all, you know. And yeah, I just think that, like, I probably just need to get past that. Like, okay, you know, the past is the past. Yeah, like, if you're never the gym rat that you were, you know, then get it behind you. And don't make perfect the enemy of good. You know, and like you said, baby steps. You got to start somewhere. You can't just, you know, I can't sit here and beat myself up over not being the, you know, arm wrestling, you know, maniac that I was, you know, in 2020.
She was arm wrestling.
I won a couple of tournaments arm wrestling the 2 years before COVID. Yeah, but COVID.
He was out there hollering.
Red Bull thing gives you wings.
Yeah,
gives you wings.
I have a picture of me arm wrestling this girl that she went by Valhalla. She was a big woman, and I mean a big woman. And she beat me. We got down to the finals, and she and I were the last two. And she won. I came in second, but she was a good, probably 18 inches taller than me.
If you said her name was Valhalla.
Valhalla, yeah.
That's a fucking Viking, of course.
You were
This is how Stephanie got her way through college over there. Her arm wrestling at all the bars in the off campus.
Your opponent's gonna be Valhalla. You already knew what you was in for.
She's the top boss. She's the final boss in the game.
We were at a standstill for so long. Like it was like so long as far as arm wrestling is concerned, but we were like at a halt. Like couldn't move each other for like, I'd say probably 30 seconds. Like we were going anywhere. And finally I was like, you know what? I'm not saying this just to, like, you know, feel like a cool guy, but I actually
talk your shit, Steph. Don't be talk your shit.
I basically was like, you know, I could keep this going and possibly get my wrist broken. Is that worth it? You know, worth it, because it was to the point where I was like, I was starting to feel like my wrist started to get really, really like, it's like, you know what? If she bends me the wrong way, this is not going to be good. So,
Yeah.
you know, like I can't risk getting fatigued to the point where my wrist is going to snap back. And so, like, you know, so it's like, okay, I'm taking it over the top enough. You know, like we're good.
Over the top. It was a great cheesy arm wrestling movie, by the way. Over the top.
Over the
Oh,
top. Yeah.
Turns his head backwards. Oh yeah.
He
Yeah.
arm wrestles for his kid.
Listen, the only thing I'm arm wrestling with is a washcloth. You know what I'm saying? When I take in the shower, that's the only thing.
I was gonna say, hey Joe, be careful now. You know, we know you like to. You know. I'm just messing.
Yeah.
Joe wrestles.
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Yeah, I'm
go
you know, I'm a harasser. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I bet you arm wrestle.
Look, at leg wrestle. There's a difference.
Talk about before I get to Clark's comment. Talk about it.
She crushes you with her legs like a 007 character. That's her weapon of choice. Leg crusher. Golden legs.
Clark it's like caffeine. It has stimulants in it, and it gives you like a rush.
That's all it is.
Yeah, but it has it. You know, there's a crash. I'm not telling anybody that they should do it, but I'm telling you that I'm a little older than a lot of people that may listen here or there, but people that are my age. We used to have no-dose pills back in the days.
I remember.
I remember that.
Yeah. So it's kind of like no-dose. I used to take a no-dose and a Jolt Cola. Remember Jolt?
Yeah.
To
do what? What were you?
I used to work from 4 p.m. to like 4 a.m. in the morning.
Damn.
On Thursday and Friday nights at this. I was working in I was a 4-color film layout and design. I worked in 4-color film layout and design. And on Thursday and Friday night is when we did like the major newspapers and magazines. So we would work like a regular shift, and then around 9-10 o'clock, all the new corrections of the pages. The corrections basically like the price changes and
the brother had a buzz going in, yo.
And yeah, we'd be pounding coffee all night. Get you a no-dose and a Jolt Cola because you had to be up to 4 in the morning. And I was 19, 20 years old doing this shit because I was just looking at everybody around me and they're like, you know, like it's like a drug commercial. Like, hey man, take this. This will get you through. It's like, the first couple of times I was like, nah, but then it got to the point because my job, 4-color film layout and design is back in the days, it was film negatives with an X-Acto knife and red tape and
people do that,
and looking through a loop. So you had to be focused. You had to, you know what I'm saying, in each color, you had to line up each color, you know, before the computers came out and you could just line up everything on a computer. We had to do that manually. So, you know, you just had to you had to be energetic and you know, I just kind of just did what everybody else was doing. I wouldn't advise anybody to do it, but it was just, you know, at the time, that's just kind of what the industry was doing. So,
yeah. Gotcha.
You couldn't even do that now, like kind of layout type work now if you wanted to, right? I mean, I don't think there's any publications that are still doing that, are they?
No, you could, because you could literally with a click on a computer, like that shit is obsolete. Like you could, you know, there may be like an odd print shop somewhere that's sheet fed press. Y'all know the difference between sheet fed and web? Am I just saying?
Not, I don't think so.
Okay, sheet fed is like 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper going into a press one by one.
Right.
And
yeah.
And web press is like it's a roll of paper that goes in and it just kind of rolls, and you've seen it before, whether you know what it is or not. Yeah. So like we were still doing sheet fed stuff when I got out of high school, and now I don't think you can go on a Canva. You don't need to go to a print shop. You can go on Canva And
You remember how long it took you to print just one sheet of paper, typed paper?
absolutely,
With
because
the dot matrix?
remember, it was
Shit.
because it was a dot. Everything was made out of dots.
Yeah.
Everything was separated from color. So it was magenta, yellow, black, and blue. All those are only 4 colors you needed to make all the images you see.
Mhm, mhm.
But you had to take a picture of the image, and then take the film negative in a dark room, which was all red, feed it through a processor. We had just got past the point where you were putting it in those buckets and letting it, you know what I'm saying? Letting the film develop in a bucket of film developer. It was a processor. You fed it into the processor. Processor came out. You took it and you cut it, like I said, with the X-Acto knife and a red tape on a light table with a loop. And you pieced it together one at a time with your hands, and you lined them up. You lined the colors up individually. So and then you made a plate. Then you put it on a Mylar and you made a plate out of it through the plate machine, and then it went to the press. So you talking about an hour to get from shooting it to press.
Right.
Now you can go on Canva and you can make that in 10 minutes. I can make your whole layout and all that within 10 minutes.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So this is a whole different era.
Yeah, remember the printer paper that had the perforated edges with the holes in it? You had to like bend it, fold it and tear it off. You know, the
Oh,
old printers. Yeah. That was back in the day. Man. Something else.
And you can get it on a regular printer. You can get something collated, which is with paginations. Like, well, I won't get into that, but back then you had to like collate it. You had to take it one page at a time with a hole punch. You know what I'm saying? And make the book like that. Now you can do that on a printing machine in seconds. So yeah, I wouldn't be able to unless I continued on when I got laid off years ago and I went into a different industry. You know, it's not even the stuff that I was doing, the stuff that I got trained on. I don't think anybody's doing that right now.
Gotcha.
All right. I mean to go down that old man stuff.
He said, "Oh man, stuff."
Trip
Yeah,
down
listen,
memory lane. That's all right.
That's years ago though. That's 1992. 92 to 96 is when I was doing that kind of work. So you talking about a long time ago. All right, so now
You were talking about drinking. Like when I was in like college, I was drinking that Mountain Dew Cold Red. It took me I had to get off of that.
delicious.
Absolutely.
You talking about delicious Cold Red?
Yeah, like when that came out, let me
For
tell
sure.
you, it got me through a lot of papers and a lot of reading. That's all I gotta
Mhm.
say.
For sure. When I started working around college campuses, it was Adderall. Them kids was up
Yeah,
all
yeah.
nights.
Yeah.
Very recently, because we didn't have Adderall when I was in college. It was still Ritalin.
Yeah, I started working on college campuses in 2003. I want to see 2003.
That was right after I don't remember seeing Ritalin on campus at all. So it was
Yeah, Adderall, and when they went out for pleasure, it was ecstasy.
because we still called it ecstasy back then. I don't know what this Molly stuff is. I ain't seen her. I don't know who that is. But back in the day, we had the ecstasy. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, little.
I ain't never partake in none of those things.
I be talking to kids, and the corners of their mouth be all foamy and white, and they be all touchy feely and all that shit. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I've known people.
All right, so now I'm gonna mess with y'all a little bit.
All right.
Yeah, what you were saying, Steph?
Oh, see, that's right. I know people who did that. That's how I know about it, because I know people who did it. You know, I know people not well. They weren't friends. You know, I just think I do have people who did that stuff. Never me. It was never me.
Sure.
Never me.
The grind. If listen, if you was going to like law school and criminal justice and all of that, the grind that y'all had to go through. Listen, I'm just saying. You might have needed a stimulator too. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
That really was a neat thing about college. Sorry to just interject before you go to your next thing, brother. But I kind of like the study groups used to have before, like test or some group project and stuff. You would go to some auditorium, some corner in one of the buildings, and do your work there too, with a bunch of like-minded people in there. Very interesting times,
Yeah, I wasn't fortunate enough to go to college and have the college experience. I just was working at the college. Just got a chance to be around a lot of college kids in my late 20s and just see all the different trends. And
gotcha.
There was something, it was called Salvadorum. I forgot what it was called. It was called Salvo. It was called Salvo.
Oh, yes.
Say again?
Salvia?
Yeah, Salvia. Yeah. That it didn't catch on as crazy but there was like a scare with that for a little while where we were at.
People were freaking out.
Yeah, because it was coming. Like everything, and the newest drug is coming. And, when you're training for stuff like that for response, it's like, okay, here's what we're dealing with. Here's what that might be. I think it was like Salvia Devorium. What was this stuff?
No, that's what it's called, just Salva, right?
No, but it was Salvia divinorum.
Yeah.
Oh, the technical name for it? Yeah.
Well, we had to, when you're doing that stuff, you got to test on it and know the names and know the effects and all that stuff.
Right.
But Fiona's, she not even taking like Tylenol and none of the regular stuff. And I feel you. If you can avoid it, definitely. All right, so let me see. Let me see if I can find some stuff to mess with y'all a little bit. Okay, so let me ask y'all some questions. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
No. Okay, there you go. Hell no.
On a Supreme pizza. It could go on a Supreme pizza or Hawaiian pizza.
It you know where it needs to go? In the trash.
It could go. Do you eat Hawaiian pizza?
Yeah.
That's the pineapples and ham slices and pepperoni.
I don't like ham. I don't like ham on my pizza, and I like my pizza.
What are you, just?
I don't like
cheese?
Ground beef.
Are you just a cheese person?
No, I like pepperoni, sausage, mushroom. Like I like all that, but not no goddamn.
So like the meat. All right, what else?
I like Canadian bacon.
On there, all right.
Oh, I like green peppers.
Well, anything with bacon. All right, mushrooms. You a mushroom?
Yeah, I love mushrooms.
All right,
on my
you
pizza.
do mushrooms. All right, gonna make sense. Tomatoes.
No, I don't put tomatoes on my pizza.
Oh, you're lucky. All right, I was just gonna call you a hypocrite. If you went with the tomatoes and you didn't go with the pineapple.
I'm allergic to tomatoes, raw tomatoes. So
what a weirdo! I forgot.
Tomato is a fruit.
Yeah, nobody's.
So we got a vegan in the house. So Fiona says cheese doesn't belong on pizza unless it's vegan. What is vegan cheese anyway? Last call. What is that?
I don't know. Almond butter.
Almond butter.
Sorry, Fiona. I got no love for that vegan shit.
Well, when Fiona comes to New York, we are gonna have a vegan meal. So I
You're gonna have her come to New York.
Well,
all the Italian restaurants and everything, Michelin star restaurants, and you're gonna go to a vegan place.
New York got everything, so they definitely. I'm sorry.
My cousin's girlfriend tried that vegetarian vegan stuff, and she ended up in the hospital because she has to have meat protein, right? And I was telling her, I said, it's by your blood type. Like your people were meat eaters, but I don't know what it was called that happened to her. but I just know that she had to go back to eating meat. So she started eating just like fish. So I think she became a Presbyterian.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, some people.
Vegetarianism?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. That's that.
She became a Presbyterian. Is that what you said, Joe? She became a Presbyterian.
Yeah. I forgot what it's called. What do you call that with the people that eat fish all the time?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't say it.
Yeah,
My grandfather's second wife, after my dad died, she was a Presbyterian, and the whole family thought, well, how's this going to work out? You know, because we're Baptists, and Presbyterians are too close to the Pope as far as we do. You know, so Presbyterians. I was making a joke, but yeah, it's funny. Presbyterian.
You know what I meant? You know those people that just eat fish. What do you call those people?
Me, so I became a Baptist. Okay.
Actually, I'm vegetarian. I've been vegetarian most of my life, going on now, like an overwhelming majority part of my life. So,
Say you're a vegetarian?
Yep.
I did not know that about you, Steph.
I did not know that either.
I knew she was a vegetarian.
I did not know.
You're not a vegetarian, Steph.
Yes, she is.
Since when? Since
Yes,
when?
she is. She been at this whole time.
so I was 13.
I may not have known this.
You want
I
to say
may
she's
have heard this.
vegan her since she was a child.
Yeah, 13. Yeah, I was 13 when I stopped eating meat. So, yeah, I was like a little Lisa Simpson. Like if you watch The Simpsons and you know Lisa Simpson, I was very sort of Lisa Simpson-ish. You know, so I was a lot more like rowdy. You know, I was a lot more rowdy than Lisa. But you know, I was sort of that like you know.
You were horrified from the brutality of
Well,
the process.
When you said that you were young when you stopped eating meat, it was like a little ba-doom-doom. But go ahead.
Yo.
That too. I think that too. Yeah, that too. But it's I was not as young when I stopped eating that. Well, I was kidding. Let's just change the subject. Yeah. So I don't like pineapple on pizza because you know it doesn't go well with the other vegetables. I think if you're gonna have pineapple on pizza, it has to have like a salty sort of like you know, like ham or something like that to go with it, right? Because those two would offset each other. But I mean, like pineapple on a pizza that has like you know mushrooms and stuff on it, that's not gonna work. That flavor balance is not gonna be good. So
it's
no.
Just because I like the pineapples, I don't like the artsy shit. Like I have no idea what that cheese is. The big white blotch of cheese. Like just give me some regular mozz or some shit on there. Some artisan pizza.
Yeah, I mean, it tastes interesting, but I you know, like I wouldn't order it. But if somebody had it and I was eating pizza, I wouldn't like turn down a pizza with pineapple on it. But I wouldn't order it though.
Yeah, and you know what I hate about this vegan, this movement? What? Don't make your stuff look like my stuff. Yeah, don't make a fake steak or whatever to make it look like a steak. There shouldn't even be burgers in that category to make it that patty, that horrible patty that you guys make, the veggie patty. That you shouldn't even be allowed to eat certain sort of foods because you're imitating, you know, the deal. That's what I say.
And I think a lot of people who become vegetarians, like they kind of rely on the like frozen, you know, tofu processed stuff. But I don't actually eat a lot of that. I really, because it's just sort of like, you know, there's not a lot of flavor to it. It's just sort of, it's easy. Like go to my parents' house and they're like, you know, like it's a summer holiday or some shit. They're grilling. Like they give me a black bean burger, you know, a frozen one, because like, you know, I'm not the one cooking, so it's just the easiest. Like everybody's having burgers, so I'm gonna have my little vegetarian burger, you know. But I mean, when I'm like by myself, like I don't really eat a lot of that stuff. You know, I think it's good. It's like a good training wheels for like the new vegetarian, you know, to just kind of ease yourself into that. But you know, actual vegetables are, you know, kind of really good. I mean, you know, at least to me. I know like some people like their you know flavor palate, like it's genetic, you know, so there's people who like they eat certain vegetables and they don't taste the same way that they do to me or to somebody else because it's just like the chemicals in it are not, you know, they don't taste the same to everybody, you know, based on like genetic, you know, flavor palettes and stuff. So I get it. Like some people hate vegetables. I don't, so it's good for me, you know. But I used to be a very self-righteous vegetarian. I used to be a very
Oh,
self-righteous.
those are the ones we hate. Yes, yes.
Like, yeah, I got into like my late 20s, and I was like, you know what? Actually, because I started really, thinking about all these, save the world type shit that we were doing. It's like, you know what? A lot of this is a lot more labor, time, and water intensive than the stuff that we actually are doing that's supposedly killing the planet, right? Like, like vegetarian and vegan like diets, like to get that amount of vegetables, like they kill tons of animals, right, to keep them out of the farms. Like you have to kill the pests, right? So they kill rabbits, they kill the moles and shit like that. So you're actually not really like totally saving animals, right? Because there's tons of animals that are killed in the process of growing vegetables. That's just a fact.
See, I know when Joe, you were eating those wings today. One of the things you got to worry about too is like it's like 4 wings for one chicken. If you eat 20 wings in a setting or the pound, however they sell it now, that's a whole chicken, man. For your chicken wing platter.
What you mean? Listen, I had. Let me tell you what I had. I had 2 flats and 3 little drums, and that's it. I didn't have.
You had
chicken
20
wings.
wings.
I had
20 wings.
I had 3 drums, like the little drums, and then I had.
I don't like
flats.
minimizing this already.
2 flats is what I had. And I don't know what you're talking about. And they were hot, but it didn't even taste hot to me, so I don't know.
Well, what's your wing sitting? What's your amount of wing sittings, a brother? How many can you, decent meal? Maybe you don't want to pick out. Maybe just watch
6.
How many wings are you throwing down?
So I can eat. You talking about 4 wings that got everything on it with the little
dinner time? It's a little late watching the game. I got wings. How many?
No, but I'm saying, there's flats and there's
okay.
Or you talking about the whole wing? Like
we gotta assume. No. Okay, I got you. Like you go to Chili's or some shit. Those wings.
Oh, I can like. So we'll go to Wingstop because I don't really go.
Wingstop.
Yeah,
Right.
Wingstop. Yeah.
Wingstop. I can eat 15 wings. I give garlic parm. I give 15.
Okay, yeah, between 15.
Yeah, I eat 5.
15 with the and their crack ranch dressing. Yeah, I get.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to almost. I used to eat like 6. You know what I'm saying? About 6 of those.
You little
nuggets. So you eat.
You a little fine petite girl. You had a little.
Oh shit! No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
And I don't even want to ask you guys because I don't think I even want to know the answer.
No, I like the French fries. That's why.
But the bone in, bone out.
Bone in.
Bone in.
Okay, you guys are normal. That's good. Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah, so Elevator said pineapples does not go on pizza.
On Supreme Pizzas, that's when you order everything on it. It goes there.
Fiona, it depends on the day. Like if because I work overnight, my days off, I go to bed like normal people. So I might go to bed like 10, 11 o'clock at night and wake up 5, 6 in the morning. So in that case, I might eat 3 times that day. But if I have one of those days where I'm working and I work an 8-hour shift or a 16-hour shift, I might eat 5 or 6 times. It depends. But I usually plan my meals out though. I'm just not eating. I'm planning out my meals.
Where and yes, Steph go?
That crack.
Got rid of Steph.
Nah, she dropped off. Something happened to her. I didn't let her go. Yeah, crack dressing. That ranch dressing at Wingstop is I don't know what they got in it, but I got to have it.
I'm a blue cheese person, but I haven't had blue cheese in a while.
Blue cheese is where it's at, man. I don't know how these restaurants get away with changing, the real shit. They have the nerve to bring out ranch without even asking you. They do it there. You get shrimps or seafood now. They're not bringing the cocktail sauce, right? They get to do some other shit. You're like, nah, man, not the marinara. Be the other shit.
Yeah, I try to limit like sauces, like even though I do kind of like check ketchup, barbecue sauce, all that stuff. but I try to minimize it because it's like it has like sugar in it too.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with it. I mean, but like I got wings that I'm throwing out some wings, some Purdue wings that I'm gonna make to home. So I know what I'm doing with them. I mean, obviously I can't account for the steroids and all that stuff that they already put in them by the time I got to them, but I know what I'm making and everything that I eat with that, the seasoning and all of that. I'll know what I'm doing with it, but I don't. I mean, when I say like when you talk about those wings, I might eat Wingstop once a month. Like I don't eat it like that, maybe once a month. But if I'm gonna eat, I'm not playing with I'm not getting no 3 or 4 wings playing around. I'm getting
No, that's because I eat the French fries. So if I wasn't eating French fries, it'd be different.
I might grab 2, 3 fries at the most just to taste them. But I don't really eat fries. I don't eat potatoes. I don't eat rice. I don't eat pasta. I really don't eat any of that stuff.
Wow, you're missing some good stuff.
Yeah, baked potato is delicious, but baked potato has a high. It's high in sugar too. Like starch. Starch is sugar.
Yeah, I used to do the red.
You guys, are you morally opposed to eating veal?
No,
I'm not.
Morally?
No.
Like anything, I'm not eating morally. I can't listen, man. I can't eliminate music morally, eliminate movies morally, eliminate food. Like I'm not doing all that. Sorry.
Man,
All
listen,
right.
I'm ate elk. I'm ate ostrich burger. Like listen, deer. I'm eating all that.
Yeah, I can't do the morally. No, I will have a sweet potato, or yeah, I like sweet potatoes. I like sweet potato fries. But like when I say that I don't eat these things, I'm not saying that I don't ever eat them. I'm saying like if I have some pasta, it's like I'm like I want some pasta, and it'll be like 2 or 3 months in between there. But I don't eat it on a regular basis. So I'm not saying I don't eat the stuff, but I don't eat it on a regular basis. That's what I mean. If you ever hear me say like I don't drink, I don't do this, it's something that I
little bit.
I haven't eliminated it, but I just don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. It's not part of like
Gotcha.
my every day, every week, every month thing.
The meat is delicious.
Talk about it.
all meat is delicious.
Get your co-host.
Joe, don't stop talking about meat. Meat in her neighborhood.
Get your co-host. That's coming.
I like beef hot dogs.
Yeah, no. I'm done with that
like
process.
Sausages.
There's no
I
surprise.
bet you like the sausage, like the foot longs.
There's zero surprise there, Joe.
Roast sweet potato
Sausage
flavor.
is delicious. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I like corn on the grill too, man. That's
I like
good.
sausage patties, not the
Oh no, I like sausage patties, and I like sausage. I like the sausages.
She just likes sausage. Anything
just like
sausage,
sausage.
Joe likes.
Yeah, I like sausages.
So what's Skunk saying? Roast sweet potato, bird and cold and like like I again, like I'll have stuff every now and then, but I don't really. It's when I'm talking about when I say I don't do something. It's like I said, once every month, every 2-3 months, I might have certain things, but I don't. It's not in my. I just get sometimes you get the feeling like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna have me a drink, or I'm gonna have me a. I'm gonna have me a sweet potato, what you call that? A loaded sweet potato.
Potato. Nah, it gotta be a loaded regular potato. You know what I'm saying, with sour cream, cheese.
Like loaded potato. Hell
Loaded potato.
Yeah, you got that.
Yeah.
My
You know what I'm
bacon
saying?
on it, real bacon.
And if I really like want to do something, I go get me a rotisserie chicken, shred it up a little bit, put it and have it on there too.
Oh yeah, we was talking about that 7-Eleven chili with the with the liquid cheese and the fries and just you can't. Yeah, I stay away from a lot of that stuff now. As I'm getting older, I'm a lot more picky, but I wasn't as picky when I was younger.
Back in the day, we used to have like either some Frito chips or chips, and then we used to put the cheese on it, and then put the chili meat, and we would eat it like that out the
Mhm.
bag. That's what we used to do when I was a kid.
Yeah,
When I
listen,
was like a teenager.
Skunk, you talking about candy yams? Like my mom's, like like I gotta stay away from my mom's cooking because my mom's throws down. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking. My mom's throws down like Big Mama. So you can imagine if you say to her, "Hey, I'm having a party. Could you, make me a spread?" You know what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the mac and cheese, the greens, the candy yams, the brown.
Damn, she kept you fed.
Oh
growing up, huh?
yeah. What Tupac said made miracles every Thanksgiving. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I feel you, Steph, and I feel you, Fiona, about drinking alcohol. It is essentially poison. Um, never drink or smoke. I used to smoke weed every day as a teenager. But
Hey.
yeah, no, I'm saying that was breakfast. I was just smoking, like, you know what I'm saying? What's good, John? Hold up, do I got my Godfather drop? Where I got my
What was a brother like on weed? You
um
coherent enough? Were you like Beavis and Butthead? What was going on with you?
I've always been like chill. Like I just got more calm and more chill. Yeah, I didn't really, I wasn't trying to. I've always been like a real chill person anyway. But what's good, drama? Appreciate you for stopping in, brother. Appreciate you. Steph said, "Granddaddy bootleg too hard." Yeah, like when I visited my pops, who's he's close to 80 now. When I visited him, he had moonshine in the closet with fruit in it. He talking about the fruit takes the edge off of it. And he was like, "Yeah, get that one with the pea." Man, that fruit did not take no edge off of nothing.
Yeah.
It still was like drinking gas, but he down in Georgia and that's what they do. So that's what they're doing over there. So, yeah.
And I would have been hustling, y'all. I've been like, "Hey, can I get a ride? I got something. Y'all got a little spliff over here for you." You know what I'm saying? Let me. I used to use it to get around because my dad used to sell weed.
Yeah, no, I used to sell weed. I used to smoke it. Yeah.
It's getting high off your own supply.
Nah. When I by the time I was selling it, I probably wasn't like, yeah, you know what? You're right. I was getting.
Yeah, brother, of a certain age, you try. What's up, big worm? I've been trying to count the money back.
Nah, but it wasn't like that because when it was weed, when it was I don't need to talk about this stuff, but when it was crack, I worked for other people. When it was weed, it was for myself, and I used to buy my own ounces, and so it wasn't nothing for me to, But I was a businessman, 95% of the time, so I wasn't gonna mess up my money, But you talking about, and just granted, I was done with all that stuff by the time I was 19 years old.
Gotcha.
I'm talking about from the ages of 12, 13 to about 19, getting involved with cocaine, crack, weed, and stuff like that. By the time I was 19, I was about 18. Before I turned 19, I was about to be a father. I walked away from all of that. So keep in mind when I'm talking about this stuff, that's what I'm talking about. That's
he talking about during the time when it was like coolie high. Like that's what he
not that far. Not
just forget.
It wasn't the jive turkey. I know you trying to age me, Joe. I appreciate you.
Jive turkey.
It could, what's my man died from getting punched in the stomach? Coach Cheese. He got punched in his stomach and died. I was like, oh man,
Houdini.
Coach Cheese from Cooley High.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he got beat up. He got punched in the stomach and died.
In the movie.
You don't remember?
Oh, okay. I'm like, what's
Yeah, in the
that?
movie.
Okay, okay.
Okay, you know, and then remember Cornbread Earl and me
Cornbread. Or they killed Cornbread with Larry
with
Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, look there.
Yeah, so Joe, you was old as me. I didn't know Joe. I didn't know you look like about 32 years old. You old as me. So you really, you really okay.
Jeez.
Telling on
It's the
herself,
genes.
man. Telling on herself. You see that?
Listen, if I look 50, then I'll be like, oh damn, you know, whatever.
Nah, you don't look
But
50. She said,
but I am, boy. Let me tell you, I'm 50.
yeah, you start running your mouth. You start, yeah, okay.
Listen, I'm gonna be 51 this year.
Okay. We still in 26, right? Yeah, I'll be 54 next year. Yeah, my family is from Anderson, South Carolina. My father's family, Anderson, South Carolina, and Hartwell, Georgia. In Hartwell, Georgia, like when I went to visit my pops a couple of years back, he took me to some of his old spots, man. I'm talking about, I don't know how because there wasn't no street signs. It was back roads and houses on sticks. And this was, it's like 20 years ago. It wasn't that long ago.
You remember this? You remember that scene from way back?
No, I was an adult when he took me.
Okay.
So, because what happened was when I went to visit him, because me and my pops, we didn't have a great relationship. And then when we did reconnect, he was, we was all about like, the history and having conversations and loving on each other. And then when I got out there to visit him, because he was living in Atlanta at the time, he was like, we gonna, like, there's some of my friends and some of your cousins that ain't seen you. She was like 5-6 years old. So we went to Hartwell, Georgia, Anderson, South Carolina. We went to a couple of different places to visit people. That's what it was. That's about, that's what it was. We went to, and the other thing about that was I got to hang out with my pops and his friends, and I got to asking them about the Vietnam War, and that was
wow.
That was like a real like somber. When I asked those questions, the heads started hanging low, and it was like a real somber conversation. And
wow,
the tone was from all of them is like they saw a lot of things that they shouldn't have to see as teenagers.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, I really got to pick their brains, and
wow.
Yeah, man, them and these guys living life and everything, but when you think it was just a generation away from me, that they weren't able to eat and drink and go to certain places, and I'm sharing space with them, and if you didn't know, you wouldn't have known that these men went through that, because their demeanor was not that. I'm saying their demeanor, but once we started talking about it, I could see it drummed up a lot of, and I didn't push it. Really, like now I probably would ask a little bit more questions, but you talking about 20 years ago, I really didn't know how to navigate that conversation. I was more like, okay, this is getting dark. Let me leave that alone. Let me let them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But very, very, I was very fortunate to sit at the feet of them brothers and let them just open up and share stories with me. And it was interesting because they knew me as a 6 or 7 year old, and then I came back as a 20-something year old, and they were sharing stories, and it was just like I'm forever thankful for that experience. But yeah, man,
that's cool.
Great experience, man. Those things are good too, and good that they even let you. They realize that they are sharing this knowledge too, to another generation and stuff. And the best way for you to hear it also. Yeah. And like from guys that went through it. Like I'm not like the what they call the griots that right.
Yeah, it's like I'm sitting at the feet of these guys, and they just, and it's it started off as, having fun, where, I remember them like, oh, they've started making jokes about my head shape, and they're like saying that, you can tell that's because my father's nickname was Bonnie, like Bonnie and Clyde.
Okay.
It was Bonnie, and it was like, oh, that you can tell that's Bonnie's son, and and they look at his head, and they're all laughing and joking, and we having it, and we sipping and we hanging out, and then as they get to drinking a little bit more, and as I'm getting my curiosities up a little bit more, I just started asking questions because they opened the door a little bit, and I was like, oh, let me go in there and see, and they were willing to share with me, but I didn't push it, like I said, because I could tell that it wasn't, the conversation was kind of a little dark, and it just didn't feel like
I got you.
to continue. And they were very giving in that situation.
Very wise decision.
Yeah.
All right.
But I was, like the not necessarily the content creator, but the man in me who would love to share these experiences with people would have loved to have had a recording device with their permission to record.
Yeah.
Like hear these stories, because I think it's important that, I'm not telling you a story about something I read. You can hear it from them. You can hear their voice inflection. You know what I'm saying? You can hear from the guys who were there and how they literally went from Vietnam and got dropped off like right back in the neighborhoods.
Right.
Like no debriefing, no
nothing for transition, none of that. Just
they got dropped off to their women and their kids, and they, and it changed my thoughts about my pops as well, because once I understood that, the person that I grew up around, now I kind of understood him, as opposed to as a kid not understanding like why my pops is a certain way.
Right.
Things that actually hear them talking about it, it made a little bit more sense for me. Right. So I'm actually glad that when my pops reached out to me after like not being around for like 10 years, when he reached out to me, I was like open to it. I'm glad I would have, and we have a great relationship now, but I'm like, there's a lot of like stuff that would have been missing and itching me.
Right. If you played that too proud role.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it was really, really interesting, really good, really emotional, really educating. Just a, like I said, just to be able to sit at the feet of them guys who.
For you, man.
Yeah, and to hear them talk about how many people didn't make it. You know what I mean? So it's good.
Wow, that's some real shit.
One of my uncles went to Vietnam too. He came back. He was like crazy. And he was like into game banging, boxing. It was crazy.
A lot of those dudes that came back. Sorry, a lot of those dudes that came back, man, like Ice-T, and even Eddie Murphy's brother, man, came back with that military training, and then did a little bit of crime shit on top of that.
Yeah, man, it's a lot, and for the most part, we are living our lives, and people just kind of the hustle and bustle and the grind of everyday life. You may not get an opportunity to, tap into some of these things because you got what you trying to pay your bills, so you're not able to like really, acknowledge and spend a lot of time on it, but. If you're ever able to sit at the feet of somebody who has, something to say, just sit there, no judgment, and let them share with you. It changed. When I tell you that I had a lot of anger towards my pops because because of how he didn't show up. Being around him and his friends, and just being around him in general, and just having conversations with him and open myself up to it, allowed me to like go, oh, okay, you know what? This is, this. I don't excuse certain things, but this makes more sense to me now because, some people don't have the wherewithal,
right,
Like you can go to work, you can work 60 hours a week, you can provide for your family monetarily, and you could be there, but you could be there like in a parent, but emotionally and mentally, like there's things that's going on with people that you don't know, and that's what it really opened up the door for me to see.
Emotionally absent, or like I forgot what it's called when they're just not, they can be there financially and do all the other things, but they can't like be there like in the
Right.
Yeah. Steph, you good? Steph, you back?
Hey,
Yeah,
back.
hey,
Well,
you
before
know,
she go, I'm about to drop off, but thank you for having me up, brother. I got things to listen. I got things to do. People to see. No, I'm just kidding.
Rhymes with hostage.
Yeah, I gotta hold somebody hostage. Okay, all right. Bye. Thank you for having me up.
Nah,
Later.
Later, Joe.
been very supportive, so I'm always going to appreciate that. All right, have a good night. Mr. Chadavis, guard your meat. She
On the prowl over there.
coming for your meat.
Meat and pineapples in that neighborhood.
What you was going to say, Steph?
no, I was gonna just echo that. It's I've had the opportunity. I've had the opportunity to have a lot of older friends who are actually, they've gone on to glory. But some of the best friends I ever had in my life were 60 years older than me, and it is really valuable to be able to learn what from their experiences, and especially if they have had a very colorful life. Like if it was something that is sort of outside the ideal that we've been presented. I think there's a lot to learn from the people like that have had sort of an unusual life, but and I think like they don't get listened to very often. And I guess I'm kind of being very vague, but one of my best friends that I've ever had was somebody who had been to prison in Texas. Probably, the majority of his adult life was spent incarcerated in one of the many penitentiaries in Texas. And he kind of was a career guy. He started when he was young. He was part of the West Side San Antonio, Dollar Shide kind of zoot suit type of gangster, and that's just the life he adopted. And it's the first time he told me he'd never had a what he called like a square. He never had a square job, except one time when they made him get one when he was at a halfway house. I didn't believe him. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean, John? His name was John V. He's dead. John V. What do you mean, John V? You've never had a job. It's like, I don't work for people. I don't work no job. What? I was like, okay. So, that was, and it never, it's even like people that I knew that had run-ins with the criminal legal system. It wasn't like him. Like he basically, like, that was his life. That was his life. And he taught me so much that it was so useful. And I met him before I became a lawyer. And so his perspective on the prison industrial complex and, being prosecuted by the state of Texas has been so invaluable and incredibly valuable. And I think a lot of people would have like basically said like, this dude is like an undesirable. And I mean, he was labeled like an undesirable by the state of Texas. He was labeled criminally insane at one point and put in a hospital. And he was given like electroconvulsive therapy. And all these things that happened to him. And he did. And he was a safe cracker. That was his job for like a good decade. He cracked safes, so people would steal safes, and he was the dude. They'd bring him the safes, but he's the dude that would crack them, right? And yeah, he stole an ATM one time. He told me this whole story about stealing an ATM. I mean, just yeah, he was one of the best friends I've ever had. I mean, just he was a great guy. Yeah, he really was. And so it kind of taught me like how to sort of the paradox of humanity that we all sort of present, right? Like people would think like this dude is just like he's done like everything that we teach people not to do, right?
Mhm.
He would always say like I'm not a killer and I'm not a rapist. That's what he would always tell me. He's like I'm a good guy. I'm a
Right.
good guy. I'm not a killer and I'm not a rapist. And but like society, he was sort of branded as like he was supposed to be a pariah, right? He was supposed to be like everything that you teach your kids not to be. Um, so his perspective was not really counted for much, but it, it he taught me so much about. He also taught me a lot about learning to listen and how to learn to listen to people because he had his own sort of language. Like he had, like we have, Mikey. We all know Mikey, right? And you kind of have to learn how to talk to Mikey because Mikey has these Mikeyisms, and you kind of have to learn how to, what these mean and different contexts, and that was kind of how Johnny was. Like Johnny had certain things that he'd say, and certain things he'd go off in his memories, and he'd start talking about prison, and he wouldn't have told you like, now I'm going to tell you about prison. He would just start telling you a story. You'd have to figure out like, oh, he's talking about being down on the farm, in 1950 something. And I mean, that guy, I miss him. I really fucking miss him. I really do. And now that I'm living in San Antonio again, I would give anything for him to still be alive so I could go spend time with him still. And I mean, people, that's the kind of person that like people say that, he's a bad guy. Don't spend time around him. He'd be a bad influence, yada, yada, yada. How could you even talk to somebody like that? But, he was just, he was a good guy. And I think, I don't even know how to express it. Like, I miss that guy. I miss that guy a lot.
You know what when I hear stuff like that and I have people like that, it to me like highlights the fact that when you have someone genuinely that's a good person, regardless of you remove yourself from judging them by their potentially by their worst moments, right? These like if you're convicted of something, or if you've done something in your life, it might have been your worst moment. It might actually been a couple of seconds that have cost you your whole reputation. And I think a lot of what happens, even if it's somebody who's done something terrible, a lot of what happens is we, on the surface, we tend to throw them away. Like there's no value, and like they're not human, and like there's no way for them to come back. And a lot of times it may just be one or two decisions that have defined their whole life. But when you actually get to talking to somebody, you actually get to connecting with people. You can go, you can actually, if you can, take down the walls and be like, all right, cool, let me just have this conversation with people. That's why it's probably better to just talk to people before you know everything about them anyway. You want to talk to somebody and you might get a perspective. And then later on, if you find out, oh, this person kind of did this and did that, or this person was convicted of this and or what have you,
That's
then
the scary part.
Yeah, maybe you might be like, I'm not with that, but it doesn't does it actually change who the person is to you? Like, do you then go, okay, like I don't know.
I know
I
what
don't
you're saying.
know.
I want to answer a little
I
bit
don't
of
know
that.
that. I don't know last call from that. I know last call from 2020 to 2026. I don't know 1999 last call and those things that he did. And as far as I'm concerned, like, how do I, it's just still, and even if you were still that person, I think you could still learn, and it's valuable. There's
You could
value.
have redemption.
Yeah, there's value in having these conversations with people.
Right. Yeah, I think there's that. One of the things I'm real skeptical about when you're saying that story, you met somebody and one of my things is like they put on a good show, perhaps. Maybe there is something good, way down or whatever, under the surface and whatnot. But sometimes, if they did some shit before, these guys that could talk real well will have you believing that it was everybody else's fault or they're just some innocent person caught up in the situation as well, So I'm just saying you got to be careful. One of these things that could break somebody's heart and like, oh, poor so-and-so, and you have that empathy because you simply would, there are people that play on that shit too, I believe.
Oh yeah. Listen, man, somebody who is looking for an easy mark, they will spot the signs a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
And they know how to tug on your heartstrings and things like that. So yeah, obviously you want to, but the proof and the ultimate, like to me, like the ultimate, decision you make and judgment you make is based off of your interactions with them, not just one time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I, like I said, if I've known you from 2020 to 2026, and from that time, you've said and done things where I can be like, okay, you know what? My man told me he had a past. He told me he did this, he did that. But as far as I've seen him, my man gets up and goes to work. He goes to the gym. He goes to work.
Mm-hmm.
Feeds his family. Like, there's a high probability that whatever that was back in the days is behind him. But I'm not saying like you expose your family and like, if you got wife and kids and like you just say, hey, last call's coming in. He's, he needs a room to stay. He's going to stay here. Like, I'm not saying you go that far, but I am saying that, I wouldn't discount that there's value in a connection with this person, a relationship with this person, even if it's just conversation, because you may be able to, and this person may be like, for me, I give a lot of grace because, I thought about it a couple of years back, like, man, I give a lot of grace because I'm looking for a lot of grace. I'm still trying to, people don't know a lot of shit about me, but I'm still trying to redeem myself for shit I did when I was a teenager. Like, I'm still in my mind, like I did some fucked up shit. So like, when it comes to community, when it comes to lending my time, or it comes to like, being a good steward of what's the word I'm looking for? Like just being a good person. Like, yeah, I need to do that, and I need to maybe go a little bit overboard at the risk of being looked at as being corny or somebody questioning me because like you can't be that nice of a guy. But I feel like sometimes like I gotta do that because of the things that I
compensation
did.
kind of.
Yeah, like I gotta do that because of the things that I did, regardless if people know about it. It's me, looking at myself in the mirror. Like, nah, I can't. I've done some damage.
That redemption thing, I think, when you're doing that as well, and you're doing your personal leveraging. Leveling up as well. I think that's important, in your actions to know why you're motivated and to do things too. Obviously there's no going back in time, but there's a way to practice that, because of learned experiences, you move a certain way after that, and that's what growing is, man. That's what maturity is, all that sort of stuff too. So I get it. But it might be a fine line between that and like complete regrets where you constantly feel like you got to dig yourself out of this hole to be, even with stuff too. I think you could put yourself in a dangerous place, if you go too far with that too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Again, like you said, you want to balance that out. And just, and it's an individual thing. I don't advocate anybody doing anything that I'm doing per se, because everybody's journey, everybody's life is different and it's very specific and very nuanced. So, you know, you may not look at things the way I look at them. But like, because I am where I am and the things that, you know, I experience and I've done, I probably give a little bit more grace to other people because because of where they may be in their journey. They may be in a place where they are really looking for, you know, redemption, and it's not a public thing.
That makes sense. Yeah.
It's a personal thing. They're not like saying, hey, I want to be redeemed. I want to be redeemed. They may just be personally, and you may not understand it. You may be like, oh man, you may be looking at somebody like, yo, people, he let this person take advantage of me.
I've met some. I've met some of those on the redemption path. Yeah. Like on the real, like I'm doing this for real now.
Yeah, you just don't know what people's deal is. But the idea for me is to actually have conversations with people. If you're curious about something, or if you're connected to somebody, you know, most people want to talk about their story, especially if they're on the path of redemption. They want, you know, people to see the good in them, and so just like I said, just have these conversations, like, and connect with people. Don't be afraid to connect with people. And if it turns out, you know, if Last Call connects with me and it turns out that a brother's a piece of shit, Last Call can say, you know what, I gave him a shot. That's not on me that he's a piece of shit. So I'm not gonna feel bad that I gave him a shot. I gave him a shot, man to man and human to human. I wanted to support this guy.
Right.
He did something weird, he did something crazy, or he did something, you know, that's on him. That's not on me. So it's important that people, if you are going to do that, you don't, you know, take it personal if somebody does something, backhanded, or if somebody doesn't, you know, honor your grace that you did.
Yeah. It's a good way to put it. Got beautiful in the house. What's up?
You didn't get enough. Are you subbed to me, beautiful? Is you subbed to me? Or you just, I mean, you know, who knows why you didn't get the.
Hey guys, I got to jump down here and get some food before this place closes. So I got to go track it down.
What you about to eat?
It's like a little stir fry mix thing that I'm getting with white rice and some rolls or some shit like that, spring rolls with it. So
okay, all right. Hey man, appreciate you for stopping by.
I'm going to be listening in the clouds though.
Yeah. Well, depending on how much Stephanie wants to talk, I might be up out of here. But if she's, you know, because I'm what am I, 2 hours and I didn't do any goddamn thing. I said I'm gonna get up here, I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna work on some stuff. And I started talking to y'all, which again, like I said, I enjoy more. But if Steph is up for a chat, then we'll chat. If not, then I might
chat it out, man, so I could get some company with the ride. All right.
All right.
All right, guys.
All right. Hey,
I gotta jump out of here.
All right.
Appreciate you. Have a good night. Later, Steph.
Yeah. Good to see you, or virtually see you, or whatever it is that we do up here. Let's go.
And then there was two.
I still have a lot of trouble charging my phone, so it's still like I can't get this shit to charge. So it's probably gonna keep running my battery out, even though it's on the damn charger. But I will say this: I think hearing y'all talk about redemption, just thinking about my friend and like, you know, people that I knew because of him that were like old school San Antonio gangsters who did a lot of time, right? They found redemption in other ways than becoming some sort of like reformed, you know, re-entered into respectable society. That was not their trip. You know, they were never good. They were never interested in that.
Right.
You know, it was never like, they're like, I'm a West Side San Antonio gangster and I will be till I die. You know, like it was that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it was like, they still, you know, like one of his friends had a liquor, he's dead now, had a liquor store over on the West Side. And he fed feral cats every morning at the liquor store. And that was his thing. Like the whole neighborhood knew that he would feed the stray cats every morning.
Mhm.
And so that was his sort of way of like giving back, I guess. And Johnny, like my friend Johnny, became like in the 70s, well in the 60s actually, he got real radicalized in the prison and became like very he was of Mexican descent. His parents were from Mexico, um, and so he became like radical Chicano type prison activist, and he was part of a group of jailhouse lawyers. They called them jailhouse lawyers, who won a lawsuit that really reformed a lot of the really inhumane practices of the Texas penitentiaries at the time. And so I think his redemption arc was more like recognizing and really coming to understand the dynamics that put him where he was, or that in his mind like set it up to where he had so that it had shaped his life, I guess. But he never blamed anyone. And that was the thing, that he never blamed anyone. He never said he was an innocent man. He never said like I can't get a job because of my record. He just were like, no, I don't want a job. That's not what that's not me. Oh, poor baby. Okay, I got you. That poor little baby. But he. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say my cats. When I got those little snacks, that's the only time they really meow. Like when I got that. What are those? I can't think of the name of them. They got commercials for them. The cats are jumping up and down.
Oh.
When I say snack, they know the word snacks. When I say snacks, it's like I can't even walk down the stairs. They like tripping me. But anyway, that little cat dad conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think Johnny never cried. He never whined. He never said like he was a victim of society. He said like he was antisocial because he said society never cared about him. So why would he care about society? But that was more like he had ownership over it. It was never like a victim narrative in any way. And so I think he felt like his people had been victimized by the greater white supremacist structure, but it was never really like, poor me, I have to choose a life of crime because I never had a chance. It's never anything like that. It's like, this is what I'm a gangster. I'm a gangster, and so it really it just all the history and all the activism he did, and how he did serve society, but his society was other prisoners. And so that was his way of giving back. And the way I met him was actually because we were doing a lot of anti-death penalty and anti-prison activism, and he was still active in those prison. Well, we were prison abolitionists. We wanted the prison system to end, and at the end of the day, I'm still that. But we were doing that stuff hard and heavy back then, and he was still part of it. And that was his way of caring for people, because it was for his people.
Yeah, well, especially being somebody that has a perspective from the inside, like he can advocate for things that he can advocate for the system, the structure of the system, and how things can be against people in a negative way, but he also can advocate for people on the inside, and maybe and being on the inside, he can also connect with the people, with the guys on the inside, and help them potentially, whether they're in there for life or they're coming out, transition into into I don't know what you call it, civilian. I don't know what the word is for it, but so
polite society.
Yes, society.
So I said polite society. The square lifestyle. Yeah.
Yeah, like he has. So, and I really respect those type of guys who, like you said, he recognizes the obstacles. But that's not something that his focus is on, the actual people that is affected. and how to get them to where they need to be. It's really important that you don't get stuck in just the obstacles that go on in the systems and just stay there, because and I guess, you know what, there are people who are, you know, you need people at every level. So you need people that's just focusing on the system. You need people that are focusing on, you know, the people that are getting out, and you need the people that are focusing on once you get out. But it's good to see, like I could imagine connecting with somebody like that who just, like, you know, wanted to serve, you know, and like you said, at his heart, he was a gangster at his heart, but he understood the impact of the systems in place that put people, you know, whether it put people a lot of put people unjust and sometimes just, but once you get out, being able to, because, you know, that's one of the things that when I have conversation with people who are like like draw a hard line on, like, quote unquote criminals or whatever, or people who are convicted. It's like they're getting out. So what are we doing for them when they get out? Like, what are we setting up for them? They're going to get out, and they're going to need things. They're going to need resources. They're going to need support. They're going to need humans supporting them. Even if the resources are not there, they're going to need people. They're going to need their communities to really support them when they get out. So you need that. And to have somebody who's still identifies as a gangster, you know what I'm saying? And still saying, yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm a gangster, but guess what? I still have I have a role in this. And despite me identifying as that, I have a role in this, and I want to help my people, man. That's just admirable. And I can imagine, like you were saying, like you wish this person was, your friend was still around. You know, it seems like it's rare and rare, but there are people out there who really, really are advocating for it. What's up, Rilla?
Yeah.
Appreciate you. This boots on the ground, brother, out in Chicago. So yeah, appreciate you for stopping in, man. And you are correct. We have a part to play in the rehabilitation of people in our community. You are correct. You are correct. You are correct. And again, Chicago Rilla's boots on the ground. I always send people this page because he's like, you know, that Chicago gets that rap because of the drill music and all of that. And that's kind of what people lean on when they think of Chicago. But he's going to restaurants, he's going to art shows, he's showing all different sides of Chicago. And you know, that's a damn good thing. I was gonna say that's a good thing. That's a damn good thing to have somebody like showing like, nah, I'm out here. Like, you talking about Chicago's dangerous. I'm walking on it. I got my camera. I'm walking down the street. I'm going in a restaurant. I'm eating. I'm talking to people. I'm going to an art show. Like, there's way more things, and definitely on the ground. Right.
Yeah. No. It's the same way. Like here in San Antonio, you know, like it's the west side. How do I say this? San Antonio used to be a lot tougher of a town than it is now. It used to be a lot more, you know, like there was a lot more activity, you know, that people would describe as criminal, right? A lot more violence, a lot more, you know, robberies, you know, things like that. But it's not as the statistics aren't as high as they used to be. But if back like when my friend was like, you know, when he was born, the west side of San Antonio was like, you could tell, like, yeah, the historical record, and from his description and, like, you know, the pictures and everything, there was it was visible when you crossed the boundary that when you went into the quote unquote west side, the streets weren't paved. There was, you know, people didn't have plumbing, they didn't have running water, they didn't have electricity, you know, and it was like, incredibly neglected. And so there was and I mean, punished, like they were denied, not just underfunded and neglected, they were denied services by the city of San Antonio. And hardly anybody spoke English, and like my friend was born here, but his first language was Spanish. And like he didn't have to really start using English until he was like in second grade. And so like there was just a real divide, right? And there was just a lot of like there was a huge movement here. Like one of the big first like workers' rights movements in San Antonio was done by Chicanos and immigrants who were picking pecans. They were the pecan pickers or pecan gatherers, because a lot of them would gather pecans that had already fallen on the ground, and they were getting paid like 10 cents a pound for these pecans. And so they organized. So this is a big like San Antonio story. Like it's the lore of San Antonio. And a woman named Emma Tanayuka organized them to demand a higher price. And that was sort of like the first time, like there was a organization or like a voice for like the people of the West Side. And, so there was all that. But there's also like beautiful, like to this day, like things that still exist that were created during that time, like art and, community centers and churches and I mean these murals that are still there to this day. And so it's like there's communities are really complex, right? And a lot of times communities that are sort of like given this notorious like reputation, like they're still sometimes that's like some of the most beautiful like things you find are in those communities, because it's like it's like grass or like roses growing through concrete, right? Like, it's those are the strongest, most healthy, like most beautiful roses you'll find are the ones that are like having to struggle to grow, right? And so yeah, I mean at the same time, like west side of San Antonio is like the cultural hub of San Antonio, even throughout like all the forces that tried to basically oppress them from being like a pivotal part of the city and actually having like their fair share. It's still like the cultural hub, so yeah, I mean it's an interesting dynamic how those two oftentimes coexist.
Yeah, and so I just wanted to highlight it. YM's she said she learned about Emma.
Awesome.
Yeah. So like a lot of it is it's really up to us, right? To highlight and to keep these names, these people, these communities, these programs, the atrocities as well. But I mean, like, if we just want to focus on some of the works and the boots on the ground that goes on in these communities where like you said, like if it's an area and let's just take it let's just say like you said, like the west side of San Antonio, that means something to so many people, and a lot of times it's without the nuance that you just described, without the talking of the artwork, without the talking of the activism, without the mention of the actual people that are there. It just becomes a phrase, the west side of San Antonio, and then the statistics, as opposed to like get down and like actually talking to people and actually experiencing and actually going through yourself, walking through the neighborhoods and seeing what's going on. And even if it's just something as simple as going down and having a meal and getting the customer service that people are there, like you Oh, like there was I don't know if you remember this. It was what's my man from Fox News? I think he went to like New York. He went to eat with somebody. He was like, "Oh man, I was surprised that the people were nice." What was his name? He's no longer on Fox News anymore. Was it O'Reilly? He went
Bill
somewhere.
O'Reilly or Tucker Carlson. He's no longer on Fox either.
I think it was Bill O'Reilly. He actually went somewhere and ate with somebody like at a black restaurant or something like that. And he was just like, "Oh man, I just remember the stories about him talking about how nice the people were, and like, it's kind of like what did you expect that was gonna go on there? A lot of this stuff is
right.
We are in a headline, clickbait, breaking news cycle, and we take statistics and just throw them out there without diving into them and seeing what the issues are. But it may be just something as simple as somebody that's not from there going down to the west, south, east side of San Antonio, going from their car to the restaurant, eating, having great service, looking at the people, the 90% of the people that are working, or the 85, whatever, that are just going about their business and getting back in their car and saying, "Man, I had a great experience. These are just regular people. I saw some great artwork. I saw some people," and it's spreading the word. Sometimes it's just that,
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I think like it's not enough of that. I'm sure it's happening, but not enough of that is getting highlighted in that way, where it's not like, and I'm not talking about like a food review to you just like go down and say, I had the best burger and blah blah. I'm talking about because these narratives and these headlines and these titles and these breaking news stories affect so much, and people don't take the time, to go down in there. And then, like, I don't know how you met your buddy, but you're open-minded.
Activism. We were activists.
Yeah. I mean, and you're open-minded anyway. If you're activist on the ground and you're fighting for people, to get people off death row and things like that, like, so you're gonna come across some amazing people and some amazing stories. But
yeah,
so I guess I'm not really talking to you per se. It's not you. It's not the yous of the world that, what I'm saying, that we want to get the other people who are like turning their nose up and saying, "Oh, west side of San Antonio, I wouldn't go down there because I heard that." And that is the narrative, and that will always be the narrative because people don't take the time. And activists have a very unique. I have a good friend of mine that's an activist, and I remember I messaged him on Facebook, and I said, "How you doing, man?" Like, I just want to know how he was doing, because my man is, he on CNN, he on Fox News, he's doing all these things, and you got loved ones, and activism is one of those things where if you can end up like broke and destitute because you've given everything within your power, your energy, your financials, your time to a cause. And if we being honest, like, the cause don't love you. You know what I mean? It is what it is, because you going up against,
it'll eat you alive. It will absolutely eat you alive.
Yeah, you're going up against a machine, and the machine just keeps turning, and almost like just like it's just crunching the bones up as it's going on, like the tank, how the tank just it's just crunching, going over the bones, and what I'm saying. And so activism is that's a tough way to live life. I I can't say that I've done a little bit here and there, like to lend my time and my energy, but I can't even claim to be an activist. I can say that I'm an advocate light, like a diet advocate. Maybe I could say that I will be like that. You're on mute if you're talking, Steph. Oh, she was saying her phone is dying, so. Yeah, just let me know what you got going on, Steph. And that might be the perfect time to call in the night. Yeah, I know Steph was saying his phone is dying. She was having issues. Yeah. Hey, Chicago, appreciate you, man. Clark, beautiful. YM, I ain't seen you in a while. YM, I appreciate you for stopping through. Really appreciate you for stopping through. I was enjoying your I was thinking about you the other day because I was going through my my old catalog of my voice, my video, my audio, like my audio vlogs, whatever. I forgot what they call, but I was listening to some of my old ones, and that some of them made it up on YouTube, but I went on to Spotify and looked at my old podcasts, and I was listening to some of my older things that were up there, and I thought about the things that you were doing, and I haven't seen you upload in a minute, YM, and but yeah, it made me think about it because I was just listening to it. I was listening to one of my old ones, and I was listening for this. I was really listening for the sound. I was listening to see what the quality, how the quality was, my breathing, background noise, all that stuff. And it got me thinking about somebody who I thought does a real good job of the video uploads and you were doing it like with visuals and stuff like that. So it's weird that I was thinking about you and how you were doing, and you popped up in my chat. So I really appreciate that. I want to shout out to Fiona. It's Fiona's Life. If y'all got a chance, check out Fiona. She living life the way it should be lived. Skunk Freaker was in the house. Of course, all the panelists. Steph came up. Last Call. Joe, Safine stopped up. And I always appreciate anybody that hits the panel, but definitely the people that stops in the chat. Beautiful. I see you. That means he wants to see upload. Yes. I want to see. YM has a common voice, and she usually, just like I'm a like a content creator's fan. Like when somebody does something good, I want to see it, more of it, and I think and yeah, beautiful. When's your next upload? Speaking of that, since you shouting out, since you got something to say, when your next upload? Yeah, I know you ain't doing the upload. I'm gonna get you up here one day. One day I'm gonna get you up here. I gotta figure out what the beautiful like to talk about, and then I'll get her up here. What is it that you like to talk about? What would get you out of the chat and onto the panel, bumping your gums? What do you like to talk about? Because I see you in the chat. You be like commenting stuff, so I know you got a voice. Yeah, all right. All right. All right, I'm gonna I just gotta check on my little man real quick. And I'm gonna put y'all, I'm gonna put y'all on hold. Yeah, absolutely. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, absolutely, Steph. Yeah, I'm gonna be up. I just gotta go downstairs real quick. I'm gonna check. I'll probably be like 3 or 4 minutes. Drop as much links as you like in the chat, and then I will. I'm gonna end the stream after that. We got 2 minutes, 2 hours 45 minutes. When I plan to come on for hours, and that's always a tribute to y'all that contribute in the chat and on the panels. So I will be right back, and then yeah, Steph, put what you want in the chat. If you are mod in my chat, whatever link you want to put in, you always welcome to do that. You know, I don't think I modded up anybody that's gonna do anything crazy, and if it is, I just remove it. But you're welcome, Stephanie. I'll be right back. Steph, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. No, I was downstairs. Cool. My bad.
It's okay. I was gonna ask if you don't mind. It's like a minute. It's like a minute and a half. I've got that link in the back chat.
Okay.
Could you show that?
And let's see. Let me pull that up. Oh, hold up. Okay. Let me pause it. Let's see here.
And I know the documentarian, so she doesn't mind. I can trust me. She doesn't mind.
No, it's a minute. It should be. For worst case scenario, we'll do like, do your commentary and
yeah.
All right, so share screen. What is this? Oh, okay. What the heck is this? Writer's right. Okay. Let me put that in there. And make it bigger. Okay, here we go. To the stage. Let me just make sure my music is all the way off and the volume on this is all the way up. And then we can go from there. Boom, 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 boom. And then you can kind of, do you want to preface it or you want to talk about it afterwards or how you want to do it?
I could do a little bit right now. This is a documentary by Suzanne Mason, it's about Fred Cruz and the Writ Writers movement, which my friend John was a part of. And it was a bunch of what we call jailhouse lawyers. They're prisoners, who are doing their own legal work to try to improve the conditions of the prison at the time. So.
And I saw it in 1969. All right.
American
Can you hear that?
needs to decide what it expects prisons to do.
Can you hear
yes.
us?
One
Okay,
day
let me start from the beginning.
the American public needs to decide what it expects prisons to do. One day the public clamors for revenge. The next day it accuses prison administrators of being brutal to prisoners.
If you beat one, you control 100. That was the philosophy of the state prison system.
Guys was just tired of the conditions as they were.
There were older men back then, and they would tell you the way to get at the system is learn this law, boy, and read this book. Fred got off into all of it,
Fred knew the law and he could put it on paper and, he could talk it.
He was considered probably the most dangerous agitator in the entire Texas prison system.
We settled for a piece of a paper bag that he used to write me a habeas corpus writ.
They started realizing they needed to formulate some kind of plan of action to control this.
Many prison officials across the country are talking about a new type of prison rebellion. They speak of cooperation between inmate leaders and outside political agitating groups. Do you have these problems here?
Here was some.
I'm gonna go back a little bit, but just language. You know what I'm saying? I know, like on like definition wise, an agitator, you know, but like just using this language, and if you think about the time that this stuff is running and the language that they're using, like you poison the well when you use certain language. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out.
Absolutely.
Here was somebody who was going to help the poor people have whatever the legal system could provide.
Fred came out of that battlefield as a drug addict, a jailbird, and writ writer, jailhouse lawyer.
The American public needs to decide.
Okay.
All right.
Play that just that one part really quick, and I'm gonna tell you where to pause it.
I'm sorry. Shoot. I gotta go back in the thing here. Where did it? Why am I? Oh, there it is. Sure. Okay, there we go. Boom. All right. So now, just let me know how you want to go.
Okay. Just play it.
Needs to decide what it expects prisons to do. One day the public clamors for revenge. The next day it accuses prison administrators of being brutal to prisoners.
If you beat one, you control 100. That was the philosophy of the state prison system.
Gas was
Okay, pause it. Okay, that older gentleman there, that just said, if you heard what he said, if you beat one, you control 100.
Cool.
That was the philosophy of the Texas prison system.
Mm-hmm.
That was my friend. That's John V.
Yeah,
that was my friend.
The one that said that?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
That was my friend. And he's a good he was a lady killer, not literally, but he was a ladies' man back in the day. You could tell he's a good looking guy. He's like 70 something years old right there. Yeah. And I mean, he needed the ladies. And he would tell me, and at the end where you hear that voice saying again, like he came out of El Barrio, drug addict, jailhouse lawyer, a writ writer, jailhouse lawyer at the end. That's him also saying that. John V, we would ride around, and I was getting ready to go to law school. I'd already taken the admission test, and I'd already applied at UT Austin. I was just waiting to get my get admitted, my admissions letters back. And we would ride around, and sometimes he would drive, sometimes I would drive, and we would ride around, and he would tell me, like, every time we'd go past a place that meant something to him, he'd tell me, and like I said, you kind of had to learn how to listen to him, because he wasn't always going to orient you to, like, the time, right? So you kind of had to listen long enough to be able to get his timeline down. So wherever he started, you would know, like, okay, that's back then. He would always point out this law office on the corner down in South Central San Antonio. And he'd say, that was the lady lawyer's office. That was the lady lawyer's office. We had a lady lawyer. She was like you. you're going to be somebody's lady lawyer. We like lady lawyers, and I didn't quite understand like the gravity of what he was saying until like I listened to him more, but it never quite hit me until I saw this documentary and heard like the entire story of the lady lawyer. That was the Texas prison system hated that woman. I forget her name, but she was the one basically like she was Fred Cruz's liaison on the outside essentially, and she was making sure that like he actually got like access to the clerk's offices and things actually did get mysteriously thrown in the trash and shit. And she was also helping like litigate him alongside him. And man, because Fred couldn't represent everybody, right? Like Fred could only represent himself in a habeas corpus. He could help people write theirs, but then when it came time for all of them to be listed as the plaintiffs in this civil suit, he couldn't do it anymore, right? Because he can't represent people. He's not a lawyer. So they had to get a lawyer to step in at that point. And that was the lady lawyer. And they banned her from coming to see her clients. They banned her from, communicating with them in any way. She couldn't even get letters into them because she was that outside agitator. And man, they hated her guts. They really hated her guts because she was helping all these, pretty white lady, right? And she was like the last person that was supposed to be going into those prisons and talk to those prisoners. They hated her, and she was so she was really brave for the time to be. I mean, not as brave as they were, right? And she always acknowledged that. She's like, I'm not anywhere near as brave or courageous, or and they could ban me from the prisons. I'm still not in prison, so really, the focus is on my clients, not me. Right. But they won that shit. They won that shit, and it changed Texas prisons forever. The stuff they did.
I'm trying. I don't know. IMDb used to. I don't know. You would tell me where I could find that. I'm looking at the. Yeah, it's only 50. Does YouTube have it on here? It seems like because it's a 54.
I don't know why it's not on YouTube, because it really should be, because Suzanne wouldn't mind. She would not mind at all. She didn't make any money from this documentary. She didn't really try to. But the last time I watched it, we had to rent it, and it was actually pretty expensive because like somebody, like it was on some it was in some library or something. I can't remember exactly how we got it, but I don't know why it's not on YouTube.
Because I could see Suzanne Mason, director, writer, Dagoberto Gil stars Jesse Borrego, Raul Castillo, Jay Otero. So like I could see it, but wait a minute. Oh, it says. Is it on Prime? Let me see. Because normally
it's on Prime now?
No. I see something that said Prime, but I want to see if it's actually there. That's no. I don't know if that. Nah, that was just kind of like a. Hold up. Yeah, that was just kind of. Like a little ad across the app. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see where you can watch it at. Let's go to Google. Talking about Google, Stephanie.
Gotta do your Googles.
Let's see. Where can I watch it? Writer. Canopy? Is that? I never heard of it. You ever heard of Canopy?
I think that is where we watched it last time.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, it's saying like Yeah, Canopy. Stream the film if you have a public library card. Oh, so it's like a university login. Oh, okay. So it's more of a educational film at this point. It's not like a public film. Oh.
I think if you let's see here, find your library. Okay, so let's see. If I had a okay. So if I had a San Antonio Public Library card, which I should get,
Yeah,
then we can watch it.
Yeah, you probably should have that stuff. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder how much it costs because I actually don't live in the city limits of San Antonio. So they probably are going to charge me, but I wonder what. Yeah, let me get a San Antonio Public Library card and then we can watch it. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
And they whooped Texas. They whooped Texas. And it's just, to know somebody who was involved in that, it just really beat the odds. People who could literally kill them and did, on a regular basis. I mean, these people, it was pretty much, it wasn't legal, but it might as well have been, I mean, yeah. Yeah, they would always find a reason, right? Oh, you tried to escape, shit like that, right?
Yeah. And it's these little these quote unquote little pockets of the United States where this stuff goes on, and I never heard of this story. You know what I'm saying? So so it's not a national story. And again, it's kind of like up to us and the people who are actually familiar with these stories and these things to kind of get them out there, because but for me going live tonight and you strolling YouTube and the topic, we could have been talking about anything, you know what I mean? For me to be able to hear this, it's kind of like, oh, okay, well, it's almost like, oh, by the way, check this out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of up to us to like, up to the people to kind of get these things out there, because there's a reason why certain people don't want the little guy to see these things and to get some balls and say, oh, wait a minute, they did this back then,
right?
Oh,
right.
So I can make a difference. Oh, okay, let's organize. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
The biggest takeaway is to organize, man.
Yep. Yeah, and it's also like back then, now and back then, there's a certain messaging that goes on, right? Like if you are part of if you have a certain label, then you don't deserve any of the protections that people who don't have that label have, right? Like you don't deserve to be treated with any kind of humanity when you're in prison, because it was your choice to be there, and you violated society, and so you don't get to complain about your conditions. You don't get to complain about being humiliated. You don't get to complain about being completely dehumanized. You don't get to complain about that.
Right.
And these guys said, no, you know what? Not anymore. Not anymore. And it's like when Jesse Jackson said, I am somebody. It's like they basically said, like, I don't care, what you think of us. Like, we're not going to be treated like this anymore. We might, that's a whole other philosophical argument. It's like whether or not they deserve prison.
Right.
But, it's like basically like, regardless of if you're going to lock us up or not, you're not treating us like this.
Yeah. Again, whether they're getting out or not, is beside the point. But especially because people are going to be getting out. You're going to be putting people back in society, and you want
Right.
you should want, right? If your idea is, hey, Steph, you did something, you have to pay, and then after you pay, you get out, and we want you to be a productive citizen, quote unquote. Like, you know what I mean? Like, would it behoove you to like, unless the idea and the goal is to get you back in there, which is
Right.
which is what we're dealing with.
Right. And I think you can't. It's not. We can't deny. Well, you could deny, but I think it's pretty obvious that part of the purpose is also to create a second-class citizenship that doesn't have the defenses, and so they could be exploited to an extent, and it also sends a message to people who aren't second-class citizens, like don't do anything to us that would cause you to become a second-class citizen.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be like those people, and so there's a messaging there. But yeah, I mean, think about it. Like, think about all the people who are extremely vulnerable because of this label they have on them, and it's like, okay, boo. It's yeah. I mean, it divides, and it sends a message that there's certain people who, like I said, there's just certain people who don't deserve the protections of society. They don't deserve like the comforts of society, and they don't deserve to be part of society, right? And so they're cheap labor. They're they can be exploited for higher costs of housing. They can be. I mean, it's just like it's the extrajudicial punishments are absolutely out of this world, and I think it does. It creates a second class citizenship, and it destabilizes society as a whole. But that's purposeful. That's intentional.
Yeah, and as long as we can, for the people that are just trying to get by and
Right.
going, as long as we can kind of keep giving us trinkets and
Mm-hmm.
with the cats, they get their little cat toys. You got
Right.
the little thing with the little fur at the end, and you can jiggle it, and the cat, as long as you can do
Right.
that, keep people busy, and specifically fighting with each other,
Yeah.
we can kind of like, and you looking down on people, like you said, looking,
Mm-hmm.
and then is, and like one of the crazier things about it is having people who are not protected look at other people who are not protected, look down on those other people that are not protected. Like you're
Right.
literally you're in the same boat.
Right.
You're in the
Right.
same boat. And as long as you can keep me looking at Stephanie, we're like, well, at least I'm not Stephanie.
Exactly.
Because
That's the age old fucked up thing about white supremacy, right? You got like people like my people, like hillbillies, like, well, I'm
I'm
right? Like,
I'm
yeah.
black. But you're voting against your interests. You're literally like, I know, I'm about to get out of here, but
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle had this good joke. I don't know if you saw this, where he was talking about people who were like poor people. I think it was like poor white people who were voting for certain things, and he was saying like, no, like Trump is for me because I'm rich. He's not
Right.
for you.
He did a hilarious joke about like the LGBT community being in the car, like being in a car, right? And he was basically like dividing it up, like the gay white men are driving the car, right? The other gay men are, it was basically like this whole like class and race breakdown of the LGBT community, and it was so funny because it was so true. It was so true, and to hear a guy who'd been like basically lambasted like the LGBT community, like the powerful in the LGBT community had tried to cancel this guy. He told this joke about the LGBT community that was spot on about like the divisions or the class and race divides in the LGBT community, you know, and it was the funniest thing. I think when I heard it, I not only laughed, but I had to like get up off the couch and go in another room. It was that powerful.
Yeah. Well, that's to me, that's those are my favorite comedians that have you laughing, but at the same time, you know, you be like, wait a minute, oh shit, you know, this is you know, that's why I've always loved Carlin. So, I mean, he got a little crazy towards the end, where he was just like an old guy, just like get off my lawn, but. You know, his a lot of his political comedy was just rich and prior to their political comedy was just but yeah, man. So yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. Thank you, Stephanie.
Cool. Thank you.
I'm gonna if you do come across that, don't, because you know, a lot of times we interact, we don't see each other. Do you have my email?
I don't.
I want to put my email in the back.
Cool.
Because I want to if nothing, even if we don't watch it on live, I still want to kind of you know, take a look at it now, because I want your opinion on it. Like I wish you would do, like, I see some of these shows where there's like a lawyer breaking down certain cases, certain police stops, and I'm like, Stephanie I would love to hear you doing that stuff, but you know, that's a whole nother thing. These are just my dreams. Don't worry about my dreams.
No, I'm like an inch away from hitting a live button. I'm almost there some days. You know, there's sometimes things happen. And you know what I mean? There's sometimes there's things happen that are like, but you know, I think it might be soon. I've got something cooking. It might be soon.
Okay. Let's see. Let me make sure I've got the right thing here. Boom. Copy. All right. Let me put that in the back. All right. So yeah, it's in a private chat. Okay. Are you able to do anything with that, or me putting in a private chat does nothing?
No, I know it. I can because I know you from the backyard too. So I know, like, I got that in my head.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you could put that in. Yeah, because I definitely want to look at that. And even if we could do something, review it, and actually I could edit it down and do an upload or whatever. But I do want to.
That'd be cool.
I am interested in paying that because it definitely is interesting. So yeah, thank you for popping up again and again despite your phone troubles.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you having me up. So I really do. Your shows are always fun, and I really do appreciate you humoring, you know, my dry, boring, you know, voice that nobody wants to hear. So, so I'll see you soon. Thank you very much. You have a good night.
Yes. Welcome to the club of dry, boring voices that nobody wants to hear.
That's right.
Yes.
We're starting a movement. Okay.
All right. All right, y'all. Yes. Yeah, man. Thank you for giving me a kick in the pants last call, because I honestly, I had some stuff to do today. And if you didn't last night say, hey, I'm putting you on the spot when you're going live, I definitely wouldn't have felt the pressure to do it. And good pressure, though. It's always good pressure, because I know you mean well. So appreciate you for pushing me to do that. Thank you for Stephanie, last call, Josephine popping up on the panel for sure. Had a lot of people stop in. Naps, TMK, Beautiful, Clark, YM, Chicago Rilla, the homie, Fiona, Skunk, Howard, my accountability partner, Howard Blend. I know you. I think YouTube Unfolded stopped in. Drama. Josephine. I talked about Joe. Propane. The Wolf stopped in. Appreciate him for that. Elevated Chills. The SBK. Did I say TMK? Clark. There's a couple other people that stopped in that I hadn't seen here in a little bit. Oh, Riggs, On the Block with Riggs. Thrive and Glow. Trying to think. Corey's World. Corey stopped in. Divine 7, Vibrant. How did I forget Vibrant Low? Black Anonymous. There was somebody. Oh, I think it was Tay-Bay stopped in. I'm pretty sure Tay-Bay stopped in. Yeah. Appreciate all y'all for stopping in. Yeah, Fiona. Yeah, and again, yep. When you get to New York, vegan, or if you stop in Connecticut, whatever, we will eat some vegan. I'm sure it'll be delicious if I let you pick out the menu. Let you look at the menu and pick it out. But yeah, appreciate y'all. And like I like to say, don't leave anything unsaid to your loved ones. We are now promised tomorrow. As I get up in age, I've been, seeing these RIPs, and it's just been like, man, I've known this person for 20, 30, 40 years. And, so the point is, y'all be safe out here and do not leave anything unsaid. All right, peace.
Yeah. Look, invitation sent, sign, seal, deliver, you got it, now welcome in. Engaging with the listener, a space for where you is. As we debate particulars, trying to build a bridge through conversation that's intimate. The mission is thought-provoking with words spoken. Bitter truth, not sugar-coated, just an openness, place on display. Wisdom in the words that he say, a part of just embracing every gray over here. No fear, clear, I'm unafraid. I'm much older, I no longer hold a child ways. Adults in the room, times past for playing games. Grown talk, isn't that the reason why you came? Simple and plain, delivery raw, straight to the chase. Better than before, learning from your yesterdays. Introducing insight, influence, be amazed by a brother of a certain age. Now rock with him.